Adjusting. When we're walking, just face ahead. I don't want to be on camera. Until. Drum roll, please. Bum. Excuse me. What is up, MeidasTouch? We are back for day 3 of the Democratic National Convention. We are back. Excuse me. Sorry. How's everybody feeling? How's chat feeling? We're heading to the blue carpet right now. Just started. A little bit late today. Schedule shifted. But here we are on our way to the blue carpet. We've got some cool interviews lined up. It'll be great. What is up, Meidas Mighty? It is day 3 of the Democratic National Convention. We are currently heading to the blue carpet. We are passing people like Marcus Flowers, Keith Edwards, people you may know. I feel better today than I have felt any other day of this convention. I feel great right now. We are about to absolutely kill this. Let's pop a squat on the blue carpet. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Can we grab a spot on the blue carpet? Sure. Should we flip around there? Yo, you want to come talk to us? We're live. Live on the blue carpet, everybody. We're feeling great. The energy gets better and better every single day. And today, we are hitting a peak that should ride into tomorrow when VP Harris speaks. We have a great day coming up, a great live stream. Make sure you leave a like on this stream. Make sure you go leave a like on the stream on Adam Mockler. Right now, we have a special guest joining the stream, Isaiah Martin. How you doing, homie?
What's going on, man?
How you all
right?
So,
I'm doing good.
How you feeling today?
I'm fired up.
Yeah? The energy is palpable, right?
I'm ready for Tim Walz to absolutely cook Donald Trump tonight.
How'd you feel about Barack Obama last night?
Oh, he was phenomenal.
He's a comedian, right?
I mean, he's great. I mean,
I know what you're saying.
Look, Barack Obama has proven for quite some time that he's able to say what all of us are thinking in such a powerful manner. And so it was great to see him on there. Michelle Obama as well. For Democrats, we feel hope again. We feel hope in this country. The politics of anger is getting its page turned on it, and we as Democrats are stepping up to deliver a hopeful vision for the future.
We are live on the blue carpet with Isaiah Martin. What is up, Meidas Mighty? Can you introduce yourself? Who are you? Where are you from?
I'm Isaiah Martin. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I love the work that you guys do at Meidas. It's great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel better today than I felt any other day of the convention. I feel absolutely great because we've got some great speakers today. We're passing some awesome politicians.
That's right.
Can I ask you, how do you think we break through to people our age who are disillusioned with politics?
I think it's really just being real. I think Gen Z is a very authentic generation, just by saying the truth, like the way that Michelle Obama did. I saw so many of my friends that are not necessarily political, that don't necessarily vote every cycle, sharing what she said last night because it was very relatable. Yep. And it was in a manner that they found digestible. So we just have to speak in plain English, not the Washington talk sometimes. We got to make sure we talk in a way that ordinary people can understand and in a way that they can grasp onto and feel hopeful for the future.
What do you think about Michelle Obama, her evolution from when they go low, we go high, to essentially saying, all right, let's put them on the defense. Let's make sure that we're on the offense for once, because Hillary Clinton was on the defense throughout her entire campaign. VP Harris has been on the offense. So what do you think about this change in momentum or change in strategy?
I think that's exactly what we needed. I think that we as Democrats sometimes, we're not necessarily the punching crowd, but I think that this time we are saying, look, when they go low, we're going to make sure that we deal with that.
Match their energy.
We match their energy. When they go low, we go to the gutter, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, look, I'm proud of what she did. It was able to be, I don't know what's going on with that guy over there, but anyways, I'm proud that she was able to deliver that strong message, to put them on the defense. And did you see Trump's press conference today?
I haven't. I've been busy.
I mean, dude was rambling. I mean, it's clear that Michelle Obama got under his skin. I mean, it was crazy. So,
What's new?
This guy is as thin skinned as they get. He's as weak as they come. And look, I think that Michelle Obama put that out for everybody to see.
What is going on? I'm incredibly scared. Oh, it's Walter Masterson. I was wondering who was screaming. All right. Back to he's a satire. He's doing satire. He's doing satire. So,
Okay.
let me ask, how do you think we recover in a post-Trump era? You just got up like nothing was wrong.
That was interesting. Yeah, I mean, look, to be honest with you, what I think Americans are really looking forward to is the type of country where we can actually debate policy and ideas, and I think that that's essentially what we want to see. And what I think is, look, Republicans have been getting smacked around since 2016. I mean, they got smacked around in 2018, 2020, they got beat, 81 million people fired Donald Trump out of office. 2022, there was no red wave. They said they were dancing, they were celebrating. The betting markets, whatever, were all high because they thought Republicans were going to have a red wave. Never happened. So 2024, we're going to put an end to Donald Trump's political life, and hopefully, after Republicans lose for 8 years straight, finally they realize that that's not the kind of politics that sells in America. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting back to the world where we can have debates on substance and policy as ideas, because that's what we are as Americans. That's what we're supposed to stand for. And I think that, hopefully after they get beat enough, finally they'll change their tune.
After Trump runs in 2028 and loses again, hopefully they're like...
Hey, look, let him do it. Let him do it. Look, I'd be happy
down.
to run against that guy in 2028. Look, Kamala Harris at that point will have 4 years of achievement as President of the United States. Look, if he wants to do it again, come on with it, Republicans. Try us again. Let's do it again, and let's beat you again.
What do you think about media literacy classes from a young age? Say we have media literacy classes almost as common as history or social studies. So as people grow up in this new information landscape that we're all kind of learning how to adapt to, they understand how to parse out AI. This is a side note. We have Donald Trump sharing AI. Yeah. Donald Trump, somebody who has a direct...
He's thirsty for the Swift vote, right?
Yeah, for real. Like, it's a man who has a direct line to millions of other Americans. It is like a crazy QAnon uncle who can persuade other crazy QAnon people, and he's sharing AI videos. So what do you think about media literacy in general?
I think that it's going to be necessary. I mean, AI has shown, especially over the last few days, I mean, it's advancing at such a rate. I mean, now it's making videos, it's making pictures. I mean, it's just a crazy thing. So I think we're definitely going to have to be looking at trying to get those classes going for young people specifically as they're going through school. Because it can't just be a 2-week subject that we cover, at the end of the semester, right? It's got to be something that we're talking about.
Ingrained in people, yeah.
Ingrained in people. And also, I think we need to do a better job teaching civics as well. I think that would also help, especially in this big mis- and disinformation age that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely. And where can people find you, Isaiah? Let them know.
Yeah, at Isaiah R. Martin, ISAIAH-RMARTIN, all platforms, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, whatever you want, that's my platform.
Up-and-coming Democrat from Texas. Any Texans, you better know the man. Thank you for joining us.
I love you, bro.
Yeah. We'll chat soon.
All right, bro.
Walter Masterson is okay, guys. He is okay. He's recording a video. It was actually really funny. Walter, you got time? I appreciate the commitment. You want to talk too? We've got a few people lined up. That's always the best, when we got some people to share the stage with me. Walter Masterson, sorry, if you heard screaming in the background, he's recording a skit. We've got another friend of the stream hopping on soon. We're close. Apparently Mike Lindell is in the DNC with no mustache. Apparently he's in the DNC with no mustache. We've got to find the man. I wonder if he'd remember me. We now have friend of the show, Marcus Flowers, joining.
Hey, Adam, how you doing, brother? I'm good.
Great to have you back on, sir.
Man, it's had a rough night last night. Too much fun and too little time. Not a whole lot of sleep. But
what time did you go to bed?
I got in bed probably about 3:30.
Yikes, man.
3:45, somewhere in there. John Legend, all that stuff, and hanging out.
Yeah, it's fun. So you were invited to the Pritzker?
I was invited to that. So.
Don't flex on me too hard. That sounds fun.
I'm not gonna flex on you too hard.
So how you feeling today?
Other than tired, man, I'm excited to see what we got in store tonight. I know we've got some of the January 6th guys coming up. Some of my friends that I've gotten close to over the years since that took place. Sergeant Lindell, looking forward to hearing him talk. Looking forward to hearing Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi. So, just ready to have a good time. That's all.
Absolutely. It feels like the Super Bowl for us nerds right here in Chicago, right?
I mean, this is our Super Bowl. It happens once every 4 years, so this is great. It's almost like a World Cup, even.
It's amazing. So can I ask you, over the past few days or weeks, Donald Trump has been sharing AI-generated photos, and I think this is uniquely harmful because he has such a massive platform. I was just telling somebody else, Isaiah Martin, my friend, that he's like a crazy QAnon uncle that has a direct line to millions, tens of millions of other QAnon people, and they trust him. So when he shares an AI video or an AI whatever, how do we navigate this, and how do we make sure that we have media literacy ingrained in people?
I mean, I haven't seen any of these AI-generated videos, but I think it's ridiculous. We just got to keep pushing out the facts. I mean, this is going on live television on most major news networks, so people can see the difference. I mean, this is weird. Weird to say the least, what Donald Trump is doing, what MAGA is doing. I mean, I just saw Mike Lindell here. What the hell is MAGA doing at our convention?
We didn't show up for this.
Yes, he's still walking around here. It was like, you know, we've got to ignore those guys. We've got to start talking common sense to everyday Americans and keep pushing forward. That's it.
I agree. And also, it's interesting because Republicans constantly attack people on their personal traits. Think Tim Walz, they attacked him on his military service. Kamala Harris, they attack her on her race or her sex. How do you feel when you see Republicans attacking VP Harris on her identity?
Look, we're going to have to ignore that. Ignore it and keep continuing on with this campaign of joy and hope that we've got going on now. You know, the only thing that's going to knock all of that out is hope for the future. And, you know, what cures darkness is light. And Kamala Harris brings light to us right now. Her and Tim Walz, I mean, you can feel that energy. It is electric. Just being in this place and seeing people, you know, react and respond to the Harris-Walz campaign, I'm telling you, it's contagious. We're going to have to get that going all over the country right now. So.
Speaking of hope, if you want to talk about actual policy prescriptions, VP Harris laid out a plan to build 3 million new houses and incentivizes builders to sell to first-time home buyers, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's great, and that's what we need to be doing. You know, getting that inventory up so that my daughter, who's in her 20s, can look forward to having a house like her parents have. You know, just months ago, we were thinking, you know, are our kids going to have the same opportunities that we have to be able to buy a home, to be able to grow wealth? Now we've got a vice president who's going to be a president who's going to be working towards that future for our kids and for your generation. And I couldn't be more thrilled about it, to be honest with you.
Incredibly well said. And what's the difference between a candidate who only exists to tear everything down around him, call people nicknames, versus the candidate who exists to instill hope in people, to actually show you a path forward to fix our institutions? Which that second candidate is VP Harris. She's been doing a great job. Where can people find you, sir?
People can find me at www.holdthelinepac.org. Go to our website, join up, volunteer to help Democrats all over the country. We need your help. We're going to be helping VP Harris, but we're also going to be working to hold the Senate, and we're going to be working to flip the House. Those races down ballot, we can't forget about them, because that's what's going to give Kamala Harris, or Madam President Kamala Harris, and Vice President Tim Walz the ability to implement those policies that they want to get through.
Hold the line, PAC. Volunteer if you can, because all of this energy on the ground doesn't mean much if we can't translate that into votes, into volunteering on election day.
Knocking doors, doing phone banking. We need to do everything we can to get this done. As you know, Michelle Obama said last night, we got to all do something.
Thank you for joining us. I always love chatting with you.
Always love talking to you, brother.
We'll do it again.
Have a good one. God bless.
I'll see you around. Be careful for Mike Lindell.
I'm gonna try not to run into it.
That was Marcus Flowers. We're going to clear the carpet right now, and we're going to go find some more people to talk to, maybe a Mike Lindell. Really quickly, chat wants to know if you're okay.
I can't stand it. All right, you have Kamala wants to give everyone free health care, and I want to stop corporations from charging for things. All right, that's not how the free market works.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Biden inflation is creating high prices because he shut down the Flintstones pipeline. All right, and because of immigrants, TEI, trans people, and anyone else I don't like, and woke.
Wokeness, yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Walter Masterson.
Also, I just want to say, Nancy Pelosi, deep state, woke military, groomers.
You missed George Soros.
George Soros, World Economic Forum.
Yep.
Thank you.
See you.
Oh, Charles Schwab.
You forgot that one. Let's clear the carpet.
Thank you.
Would Mike Lindell recognize me? That was some good stuff, though. Marcus Flowers, I always love seeing him. Georgia District 3. If you're from Georgia, make sure you show Marcus Flowers some love. We also talked to Isaiah R. Martin of Texas. Some great representatives of the Democratic Party today. And notice the difference between the DNC and the RNC. If you do a split screen, the DNC genuinely, they're holding up signs saying, "We love the USA." Who are you guys with?
I love you guys.
Thank you, I appreciate
love you guys.
that.
MeidasTouch.
MeidasTouch.
Okay, yeah. See, I can't pronounce for shit. Sorry. What's first?
No, you're good.
Yeah.
We're live, but you're fine. You
Oh,
want
hi
to talk
guys.
to us for a
Yes, I
second?
would love to. I'm a delegate.
Oh, cool. Let's walk and talk.
Yes. Okay. So I'm a national delegate.
Here,
for-
we can face this way.
Okay, good. So I'm a national delegate from Washington State.
Yeah.
I'm 17, but I will turn 18 in time to vote for Kamala Harris.
So are you one of the youngest delegates?
Yes, I am one of the youngest delegates. I mean, you can't really get younger than 17. If you're 16, they're not going to let you in here to be a national delegate. So I'm like the perfect age range. Yeah.
So let me ask you, how did you become a delegate in the first place?
You know, I really love President Biden, so I was a student for Biden chapter leader. I also wanted to really get involved within my home state of Washington. It's a blue state, but there's still so much. Don't be complacent, is what I always say. Don't be complacent. Look, we have Dave Reichert running for governor. He's really far right. Trump has a nickname for him, and Dave Reichert has a MAGA hat signed by Donald Trump in his office. So what I'm saying is that there's some people who think, oh, we're Washington, we're blue. There can never be MAGA. They're right at your front door, and if you're not careful, you'll let them in. Look what Dave Reichert would do if he was governor when it comes to abortion rights. Look what some of these. So that's why I'm also glad with Washington we have really good Democrats, whether it's Attorney General Bob Ferguson or a congressional Democrats. When it comes to Representative Adam Smith, Representative Pramila Jayapal, Susan Delbene, who I think is going to speak tonight. Love her. But I also think that as cool as this is a somber moment because, well, first of all, it's a little bit sad to see Joe go. I mean, there's love in the room for Joe Biden, and we see that. And I'm happy for him. And after the debate, I said, look, let's leave it up for Joe to decide, okay? I've been faithful to him all this time. I've seen what he's done when he captained Slim Class at 35. He's one of the most successful. He is the most successful president in my very short lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how much that actually says.
Let me ask you, what issues are most important to you this election cycle? Name 2 or 3.
Yes. The issues I found I think are important are the same issues that Washingtonians are important. Right now, the homelessness crisis is crazy. Our housing and affordability crisis, the fentanyl, that all is mashed together in kind of an issue. And we see the cynicism.
Really quickly, let's plant our feet right here so cameraman Nate doesn't have to keep walking backwards like that. Over here. There we go. Reintroduce. What's your name just for the stream?
My name is Ben Godfried.
Ben Godfried. Sorry, I should have asked that first.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, Ben, let me re-ask. What issues are you really passionate about?
Okay, so the housing crisis we have,
Yep.
which also relates to the fentanyl and homelessness crisis, is so massive. I mean, we see that you don't even want to really walk down a lot of the city of Seattle, where I'm from. It's horrible down there. It's horrible. It's really a shame because it's a beautiful city with a beautiful history, but most people can't appreciate that now. And honestly, most people can't really appreciate politics in Washington anymore. There's such this divide of cynicism. There's so much people like, oh, our Congress members are doing nothing. I said, look at it. Look at, sometimes the people that talk are the loudest in the room aren't necessarily the people doing stuff. Like, for instance, I interned with Congressman Adam Smith this summer for Democracy Summers. I don't know if you know the program.
Nice.
Run by Jamie Raskin. And he doesn't get on the media a lot, but he's brought back tens of $millions to Washington State for more affordable housing. We do have people that are doing a good job, and we need to reward the people that are doing a good job and kick out the people that are extremist MAGA and that are only in it for themselves, not for the people.
I absolutely agree, and I appreciate you being such a young delegate who is so involved in politics. And something about the housing crisis that I always say is, if you can build more housing, like Kamala Harris wants to do, it fixes so many different problems. It is such a multifaceted problem because it fixes homelessness, it fixes the drug crisis, it fixes so many different things, family structures. If you build more housing, our economy will prosper, and I think that Kamala Harris understands that, right?
Yes, I think so. I mean, President Biden had the same kind of tax incentives. Well, President Trump actually had less affordable housing. President Biden has been doing his best to get more affordable housing, and we see that with the tax incentives for like first family homes. And guess what? Vice President Harris is continuing with that. She has a policy. Donald Trump doesn't have a policy. His policy is to just say racist and sexist stuff. Well, Kamala Harris has a policy to fix the housing crisis. I would say this to even independent and Republican voters. Do you honestly think Donald Trump cares about the housing crisis? Do you think he's going to do anything about it? Look what he did. He tripled our deficit by 3 times. He's not someone who's very financially smart.
Yeah, he's not somebody that's smart
let's go with that.
So,
many other words.
Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram.
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Ben Godfried.
Ben Godfried. Everybody check him out.
Oh, yeah, and hopefully I'll see this on Instagram because I follow you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We're live on MeidasTouch right now. Do you have anything to promote? Any Democracy Summer? Anything that you're working on?
I would say that for young people who really want to get involved in politics, do Democracy Summer. It's a way where half of it is you get lectures from like Harvard professors and like people, and the other half is you're on the ground campaigning, knocking doors, talking to voters. It's been the most fun.
That's what really matters. The on-the-ground work really, really matters. Thank you. One of the youngest delegates, Ben Godfried. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Godfried.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I'll see you around.
I hope I'll see you around too.
See you, man. Great guy. I love seeing young people that are politically engaged, even younger than me. Like Noah, the other day, we got to find Noah, the 12-year-old who is brilliant, a genius, really good guy. We can keep it moving. Look for Mike Lindell. You good to walk through the crowd? Let's keep going. Can we walk? Sorry, man. Yeah, we're doing good. We're live, though. We're feeling great today, guys. I have not felt better any other day of the DNC. We are feeling great. Hey, keep your eyes peeled for Mike Lindell with no mustache.
On Twitter, is it a green shirt?
Green shirt, okay. MeidasTouch. Don't forget. Hit me up. Sorry, I told the Pod Say people to hit me up again.
The best!
Yo, what's up? People are starting to know us around here. We saw the Pod Say people, saw some buddies. Where is Mr. Lindell? Infiltrating our convention. Last night we Ubered to the Israeli consulate to check out the protests and to look for Mike Lindell because apparently he was trying to sell pillows to protesters. Just an absurd, absurd man. Don't know how he's gotten this far in life. But either way, day 3 of the DNC is amazing. Every single day gets better and better. We streamline the process further and further. Every single day we have less technical issues, better interviews, better on-the-ground energy. It is only getting better from here. How are you guys doing, Meidas Mighty? How have you guys enjoyed the MeidasTouch coverage of this convention? Because we have all been working. I know the Mycelis brothers, I know Salty and Jeremy, everybody's been working behind the scenes to make this happen. Also, shout out to cameraman Nate and bodyguard Ben, following us around, making sure that everything is captured live. Super happy to be here with you guys. Let's see what we can run into over here by the media area. Let's see. I feel like if you say Mike Lindell's name 3 times in a mirror, he'll appear. Oh, what's up? Or if you say something about not having a good pillow. One second. Let me look at these pics of Mike Lindell. Lord have mercy. Why does he look so odd? This guy cannot be real. He looks like... Who does he look like? Mitt Romney or something? I can't tell who Mike Lindell looks like. A green shirt. A green shirt and a hat. A white hat. Okay. Now that would be some fun stuff. We're going to keep looping around. We also have some good interviews with some congressmen lined up. Last night we were able to make some connections and get some stuff lined up. One second.
Best thing ever.
Everybody in chat, keep your eyes peeled. He's got to be somewhere. Either way, we're not just going to talk to Mike Lindell. We have many, many cool surrogates lined up to chat with, people that will explain what's at stake this election and why VP Harris is the one. Oh, there's a white hat, but it's not Mike Lindell. You faked me out. I saw the white hat moving through the crowd. Sorry. A Mike Lindell or a Charlie Kirk would be great. Or maybe we'll talk to Representative Maxwell Frost. I know he's in the vicinity. We potentially have something lined up with Stacy Abrams. We've got a few things lined up for the day. Make sure you guys are staying tuned. Let's see how chat's doing. I haven't been able to check chat. Hell yeah, we have 4.5 thousand viewers. You guys are flattering me. 4.5 thousand is amazing. I should have titled the live stream The Hunt for Mike Lindell or something like that. But guys, I was not expecting 4.4 thousand people. That's great. That is great. Make sure you leave a like on the stream. Yeah. He's committed to the bit. He's committed. Where is this little dude hiding? Let's check the pillow room. Let's see. And then I think we also have a blue carpet slot in a few hours. We can honestly get on the blue carpet either way. How's everybody in chat doing? Keep up the good work. Love that guy. Don't platform Mike Lindell. Oh, trust me. It's not just we're not going to platform him. We're going to push back, just like the last time. Be on the lookout for Donald Trump in the crowd. No, that's not going to happen. What if Charlie Kirk is now wearing Mike Lindell's mustache? Hey, yo, let's chat. I've been looking for you. Also, we're looking for Mike Lindell.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah.
Let's get him.
He's here he shaved his mustache. It looks wild.
Okay, I can see.
We are live on Meidas. Can you introduce yourself to the stream? Because they love you.
Yeah, thank you.
Something for you. What's up? Mike Lindell. Where is he? Let's go. Why did Donald Trump need a new vice president?
What happened? What do you mean?
Why did Donald Trump need to pick a new vice president?
What does that mean? Oh, they're saying why is Mike Pence not on the ticket?
Why did Donald Trump need to pick a new vice
Why
president?
do you have J.D. Vance instead of Mike Pence?
Why did
Donald Trump send out a tweet saying Mike Pence didn't do what needed to be done, and then violence accelerated at that very moment on January 6th?
Really coming at us.
Really? Wow. Is that a question?
Yeah. Why did Donald Trump need to pick a new VP?
Do you realize how important January
Answer the question.
7th and 8th are?
Are you going to answer the question?
What's the question again?
Why did Donald Trump need a new vice president?
Why do you like the borders being open?
The borders aren't open.
They're wide open.
Langford introduced the bill.
Killed by the fentanyl.
Langford introduced the bill, and Donald Trump shot it down.
Who do you work for?
MeidasTouch. Know the name.
You guys have been brainwashed.
Oh, MeidasTouch.
Yeah.
These are the MeidasTouch guys.
Why did Donald Trump need a new VP? Hey, if you're going to show up at our convention,
great that
can you answer a simple question?
You have Elon Musk now instead of Jack Dorsey, corrupt Jack Dorsey.
Why did Donald Trump need a new vice president?
Because Mike Pence was not a good vice president.
Because he didn't do what needed to be done. He didn't subvert the will of the American people.
No. You need to understand. Anything that would have happened back then, if the election would have been overturned, we would have lost our country forever. I'm about one thing. You know why I'm here? I'm here to get out the word.
Do you think Mike Pence?
Election platform. You guys have this has nothing to do with who's elected.
You know,
we need to secure our elections, get rid of our machines, and go to paper ballots hand counted. Do you agree?
I talked to you in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Do you remember it's me from Wisconsin?
Kamala Harris and my own senator, Amy Klobuchar, in 2018 wanted the machines gone from our election. Did you know that in the movie Kill Chain?
You're yapping, and everything you're saying is a lie. We talked in Wisconsin. Everything you told me was a lie. Why did Donald Trump need a new vice president?
Look at the movie Kill Chain.
You're not going to answer.
Look at the movie Kill Chain.
If you're going to come to our convention,
he did a good job. Pence didn't do good. Why would he need a new vice president? It's a different
If you're going to be an anti-democratic, anti-patriotic,
it's a different election. What's wrong with you? You have a fever? This is a different language. 2024.
Donald Trump has not talked to Mike Pence in 3 years.
How do you know that?
Because Mike Pence wrote it in his book that Donald Trump never called to see if he was okay after people chanted, hang Mike Pence.
Do you like Mike Pence?
I do. I think he's a patriot. He's more of a patriot than you will ever be, sir. I'm sorry.
Is that right? Well, now you're picking on me. You don't like the fact that I was an ex-crack addict, the American dream? I never voted. I wasn't political. I was trying to get everybody to Jesus Christ.
You call us robots?
No, I did not. I tried to get everybody to Jesus Christ. Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian?
I'm not a Christian.
Is your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? I'm going to pray for you. I pray, Lord, that this guy could get saved.
Republicans act like we're a hive mind, yet every time I talk to you, you say, I'm an ex-crack addict. I'm the American dream on steroids. Get some new material, man. And stop being an anti-democratic, anti-patriotic.
It's not new material. This is real to me.
You say the same
thing. All the people in Minneapolis, my friends, that were crack addicts,
I'm sorry for that. I apologize.
No. They rebuilt because we have the American dream in this country. They built businesses, quick crack cocaine,
you stick to the
and
same.
Then they were burned down by Tim Walz that let them burn.
That is not true.
That is 100%.
Why did Donald Trump praise him over the phone?
I lived it. Donald Trump said you need to bring in National Guard.
Donald Trump praised him. He said he's a great guy.
No. Donald Trump made him bring in the National Guard, talked him into it.
Lie after lie after lie. Just notice.
Tim Walz in Minnesota made us stand. 8 people in our Thanksgiving. 8 people we had, and your neighbors could turn you in if you had more than 8 people, and you get 90 days in jail. He gave us 4 more for Thanksgiving.
If you're going to come to the DNC, you better get some new material other than paper ballots or the American dream on steroids. You're just yapping. It's the same thing.
I'm not going to change because that's what we have to have here. Paper ballot. 132 countries have banned the machines in their election. 132. 100 countries have banned mail-in voting.
Can I ask you a genuine question,
And the Democrats want this. I've told you, I get blocked by Republicans.
Do you think that Mike Pence did the right thing on January 6th?
I'm glad he did not reverse it. You know why?
Why?
Because we lost our country. We wouldn't have known that we have to get rid of these machines and go to paper ballots hand counted. But we have found the last.
Stick to the script.
No, that's what it is. You don't get it. You think Mike Lindell's trying to overturn the 2020 election.
Yeah.
I went on Jimmy Kimmel. You're so demented in your brain.
I'm demented.
Yes, because you find real news reporters that have watched me the last 3.5 years. I was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Like Sean Hannity, OAN.
Sean Hannity. I haven't spent any time on there. Fox won't have me on.
Who's a real reporter to you?
A real reporter, Frank Speech. Frank Speech, the only.
Give me a break, homie.
How about the fact checkers?
Yeah, Facebook. Alan Duke, he's a Facebook fact checker.
I follow him around, fact checking him everywhere.
Let me tell you this, Alan. What do I want? You ask him. What do I want? You're the Facebook fact checker. What do I want more than anything else? Am I trying to overturn the 2020 election right now?
I don't think you're trying to overturn. You've
right.
Have
I? Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
No,
Why did Donald Trump need a new vice president? What happened to Mike Pence?
I don't think that Mike Pence was available.
Why?
I think he
had hide it in snarky remarks, but you are an anti-democratic, unpatriotic person. You are joking around here. It's not a joke, man.
Do you know who I am?
No, I'm sorry.
And you got me. Could you fact check him?
This is Alan Duke. He's the Facebook fact checker that covers up all your stuff that you.
The Facebook fact checker? I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
Really? Oh, no, you apologize to him for asking him the same question he asked me? You didn't like the answer he gave you? You are something else, kid. It's unbelievable. Alan will tell you.
He's a great American.
Alan will tell you that all I want, in the spring of 21, when I went on Kimmel, they said, he goes, Mike, if your friend Donald Trump had been selected like you say Biden was, would you still be sounding the alarm? What did I say, Alan? Yes, I would. It doesn't matter. This election, either one, no matter what happens this election, I will be sounding the alarm. I have met with France, Germany, the UK, 132 countries have got rid of the
What do you think about Donald Trump saying he wants to terminate the Constitution?
Let me tell you, right now, we need to go to paper.
You want to fact check that one?
Well,
terminate all laws, rules, and regulations, even those found in the Constitution. Let's hear the fact check.
Well, I'd have to work on that one, but let me go back to what he's saying right here.
No, I want to hear the answer. Why did he say that?
Why didn't you answer? Let him answer.
No, I want to hear that. I want to hear it.
Answer the question. Let me say something about
the candidate that you guys are boosting and emboldening wants to terminate the Constitution and subvert the will of the American people in every sense of the words. Fact check it. Let's hear it.
Well, let me ask you to do this. Go to my website.
No.
Leadstories.com.
No. Nobody's going to go to your website.
All right, young man. You don't know what you're saying.
Like you.
You don't know what you're saying. I have one of the largest fact-checking companies in the world. Okay, we got 70 journals. I have fact-checked this. If you go to my website and type in Mike Lindell, you'll see how we've slapped fact checks on him many, many times because He has been fed a lot of.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to get snarky with you.
I apologize. Okay, so what if I want, first and foremost, what is my end goal?
You want to get rid of the machines.
There you go. That's it. And you sit here and attack me. If it took, no matter whoever won this election, no matter what happens, if it leads to being here.
Where's your mustache? Where's your mustache?
I don't know.
Where'd it go?
No, you seem to have a mustache, right?
I did. You believe
Why
that?
did you shave your mustache?
That was my brother.
But why did you shave your mustache?
Let me say.
All right, he's a waste of our time. Let's keep going. Thanks for that. Let's walk and talk, Harry. Thanks for linking that up.
No, look, I texted you. I was debating him just a second ago. I was like, why do you support a convicted felon, a proven sexual abuser? He asked me if I got a vasectomy. I said, God, you're fucking weird. Sorry, I shouldn't swear.
No, you're good. You're good. You can do anything. You hooked us up with that. Yo, let's do a quick. You guys want to chat on stream? We just debated Mike Lindell for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Mike Lindell's right over there. We just talked to Mike Lindell. Grant Stern?
That's right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Happy to do it.
Yeah, I used to work for Occupy with you.
I heard.
Yeah.
Want to talk, sir?
Yeah, let's talk on stream real quick. Yeah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
And can I ask you, we're going to go over to Harry's assistant in 1 second, but can I ask you, how do you feel about the energy on the ground at the DNC?
The DNC is really, really ecstatic. I mean, people are happy to be here. You can feel the energy. It's been 8 long years since the Democratic Party had an in-person convention, and I think we're just long overdue. People forgot how important IRL is. I mean, digital's important too, but we need that IRL interaction, networking, and people exchanging ideas, and it's working. I mean,
and it feels great. And the difference between the energy here and at the RNC, which I wasn't there, but you can see they were holding up signs at the RNC that said "Deport them all," something to that effect. Here, it's USA. We are the real patriots. We are the ones that love the Constitution. People like Mike Lindell over there, they're not the real patriots. You agree, right?
Oh, of course I agree. I mean, they're the false patriots, the ones that hold up the flag and wrap themselves in it, but then betray the flag. I mean, how could you support somebody that says they want to terminate the Constitution? How could you support somebody that said, let's all go down to the Capitol and fight like hell or you're not going to have a country? And that's what happened.
I feel bad. Was I being an asshole to Mike Lindell? I feel bad.
Listen, you gave him a tough interview because that's what he deserves. Mike Lindell doesn't have any credibility. That guy, the fact checker over there, has fact checked him dozens of times, and it hasn't changed his outlook. It hasn't changed his opinion. He's just out there to try and spread this misinformation because it makes money. And, I mean, yeah, you know, a lot of people say that he got taken in by grifters. But the fact is that you could figure it out yourself, too, and avoid the grift instead of doubling down every single time.
Exactly. It's insane to me. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Grant Stern. It's the best place to find me, or Instagram at Grant Stern, or I'm on Facebook as Grant Stern. Very easy to find.
You do great work. I'd love to connect with you more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Thanks.
Keep killing it, sir.
Yeah. Oh, you just shoot this video, too.
We are live right now.
I'm not anti-democratic.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lunch on you. I'm sorry.
I'm one of the people that Mike Lindell doesn't like.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lunch at you.
When he was on Kimmel, the 2 times he was on Kimmel, both times, he called me out by name on Kimmel.
That was totally my mistake. I apologize. We were heated in the moment, and every time I see him, he starts yelling at me.
Can I tell you about my opinion? I've been dealing with Mike.
I'm sorry. I apologize for snapping you.
This is what I wanted to say, and I'd say it to his face.
Yeah.
Mike Lindell is actually a really good guy. But Mike Lindell has been naively accepting false information and repeating it and using it and paying for it.
Is it naive if he's hurting the fabric of our country while he does it?
I didn't say that was good.
Okay.
Can I say this, though?
But I'm saying that he believes this stuff is what I'm telling you. He believes this stuff. Well, and we fact check it and present it to him and have a civil discussion about it. I mean, I talk civilly with him, just like I do you.
Sure, yeah.
I fact checked this guy several times.
Right, and not our news organization,
right.
but the memes.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this, look, this is the big problem with the Republicans today, that they accept testimony as evidence even without it being sworn. You know, if somebody says something, they'll say, well, somebody said it, so that's a fact. But somebody saying it doesn't make it a fact, right? And that's what we see happening all the time. They're just accepting naively everything they hear as a fact, as if it's from the Bible. And that's a really big problem because people lie, okay? I mean, people do lie. They don't tell the truth all the time. And doing that it's a disservice to America when you broadcast it on a national scale. Thanks for what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope we connect more. I'm going to go get Noah talking to Mike Lindell. I'm sorry for snapping at you, sir.
That's in your state. You want to know more in your state?
So
They just found 257,000 votes. This happened last week. A judge ruled in Georgia that are missing from the 2020 election.
So
this just came out. You're behind. You should.
So your source is Trust Me, Bro? That's your source?
The source. It's in your papers in Georgia. You need to read your news.
You haven't given me any last name.
You need to read your news. No, this is your Georgia news.
Yeah.
This is your Georgia news.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good day, sir. All right. Let's keep walking.
Him and his little cameraman. His cameraman is so smug and annoying. Sorry again, sir. Noah, post-interview or post-debate interview, how you doing?
I'm okay. He provided no facts, no sources. He refused to give me the last name. He said for privacy, but elected officials provide their last names if they want the votes. So I'm confused as to why his source was Trust Me, Bro.
Mike Lindell just got rolled by a 12-year-old. Amazing, amazing work. How you doing today, Noah? How you feeling?
I'm great. Good to see you.
The energy on the ground feels great. Day 3 of the DNC. How did you like Obama's speech?
Obama's speech was great. Michelle Obama's speech, even better. When she said the affirmative action of generational wealth, just great.
An insanely good speech. Obama is back. He's so back. It felt so good.
Hope is back as well. Hope is back in the air.
Hope is back, and I think that's why Mike Lindell is so worked up over there. Also, his cameraman is really annoying. His cameraman keeps smiling and laughing at me.
I think that's off. It's
so
crazy,
annoying.
crazy.
Yeah, get out of here, cameraman. But either way, who are you excited to see speak today?
I'm excited to hear from Governor Walz. If his wife Gwen decides to speak, I heard her yesterday. Great speech, great story. Everything lined up everything lined up in her speech, but every time a Republican says something, it's impossible to fact check and impossible to source.
I want to ask you, because I think you're brilliant, so I want to know, what does it mean to you as you're 12 years old, a 12-year-old black American to have representation on the national stage like Kamala Harris?
Yes, sir. Oh, that means everything. I had my cousin just last week. She said, it was 3 months ago, she said, I'll be president, maybe I'll be the 100th president. Now I hear her say she's going to be the 56th. It's great.
That gave me chills. That is absolutely amazing, and that is what America is about. It is about a melting pot where everybody has an equal opportunity, and I think the Democratic Party is the party that stands for that. What do you think is at stake for not only black Americans, but Americans as a whole if Donald Trump gets back in office?
Yeah, as black Americans as a whole, Donald Trump will hold all the HBCU investments that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden has made in their administration. Not only that, but he will reverse all Medicaid, all benefits provided to black Americans and all around the country. And also, he will defund public schooling with Project 2025. Not a good candidate. And also, look up Central Park 5 black Americans considering voting for Trump. Look that up.
Yep. What's up?
I just want to interrupt. Can I give you my card?
Yes, sir.
Can I take your number?
Yeah.
Noah is getting hit up by Sky News. Hey, we'll come back to you. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank
and
you. I appreciate that.
DM me on Twitter if you want to chat more. Cool. This is content. This is content, guys. We've got some more interviews lined up. We found the mustache man. He's over here making the rounds. He just loves the attention. Don't look at me. He's yelling at us. This guy is yelling at us. Mike Lindell's cameraman. What's up?
Sticker for what?
That's a wireless mic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to be hardwired unless you have a frequency. Did you get a frequency cleared?
Mm-hmm.
What was your frequency?
What was it?
I don't know.
Okay, I need to have. Still need a yellow sticker.
We'll get one.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll keep interrupting your live broadcast all night long.
I'm sorry for the...
You were the nicest interruption we could have had.
Thank you so
You
much.
need to go to the base of the steps and get a sticker.
All right, we will.
Yes.
Soon.
We will.
In the second or third time they confiscate.
Okay, no, we're going to live stream for 10 more minutes and go do it. Thank you, ma'am. Where are we going now?
Let's just do an hour already on.
All right.
The stream's going to drop, so.
Yeah, it's all good. Is it this way?
Yeah, our table's right below.
Okay, cool.
I'll just put a yellow sticker on it.
I appreciate that.
That's the road. That's a DJI. DJI is good. Purple. Let's put it on.
We're currently live, so be careful saying anything.
Are you holding or are you live?
Just put it somewhere where we're going to see when we walk by.
Thank you guys for being so cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Actually, you get a green too, and then we really can see when it's dark.
Awesome.
Somewhere where it's obvious, like stick it up here, high, up high.
Tie it around like it's this.
One of these, one of these.
I'll put it right here.
That way we don't stop you.
Yeah. You were the nicest interruption election we've had all night. Much nicer than that Mike Lindell douchebag.
Well, you got the nice people.
The name of your guys' squad is a little bit on the nose, no? Election 2025 Wireless Enforcement. Oh, interesting. It's a mouthful. I feel like you could come up with a good acronym. I'll come up with something.
Okay. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Over here.
The Wireless Warriors. That's your new name. Make the hats. See you guys. We're going back upstairs. The feed may drop for half a second. That's what happens on the staircase. Better have your stickers, guys. Someone said, are these people AI? I think so. I like that. Sorry if it dropped out for 1 second on the staircase, guys. No, she was really nice. The sticker lady was really nice. Don't be mean. She was very sweet. For a second, I thought our stream was done, but she saved it. Okay. My mom was blowing up my phone during the Mike Lindell thing, saying abort, abort, abort. I don't know why.
Do you think that was the last of seeing him today for us?
He's right there. Mike Lindell is right in front of us. His cameraman really wants to fight me. I said, don't look at me, because he keeps looking at me and giving me really weird looks. And he said, do something about it. Do something.
To be on Twitter. But you're not allowed to be on Twitter anymore.
I'm on Twitter. I've been on for 2 years.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be.
Why do you say that? Do you have a My Pillow?
I would never. Why would I give you money? Why would I give you my money? Why would I do that? I heard this child bested you in a debate.
Yep, he did.
He did, right?
He was yelling at a 12-year-old.
Yelling at a 12-year-old?
Yeah, you're raising your voice at a 12-year-old.
Using a 12-year-old. What are you talking about?
Using a 12-year-old.
You act like he doesn't have agency.
He's going to be president someday, so you know.
Okay. You're acting like he doesn't have agency himself. Let's keep going. Let's go, Noah. Let's walk and talk.
Good luck getting out of bankruptcy, sir.
Mike Lindell is currently following us. Now he's walking off. How you doing, Noah?
Good to see you again.
Yeah. I feel like we've run into you like 4 times in the past 10 minutes.
Good to see you. Mike Lindell, crazy
What a
guy.
clown, right?
What a clown.
Michael Cohen, how you doing? You want to chat with us in a bit?
What's that?
We're going to chat with Michael Cohen in a bit. What a wild experience, though.
What a wild experience.
Who has been your favorite speech so far?
My favorite speech?
Right here for a second, if that's cool.
Who's been my favorite speech so far? Probably Michelle Obama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably Michelle Obama. It's so good to see her endorse the vice president. Some people said that she wasn't happy about doing it. That's completely false.
What was your takeaway from Biden's speech? Because what I felt like, it was like the beginning of the end of his career in politics, right? It seemed like he was beginning the exit.
Yeah.
How did you?
So, like you said, but one thing I noticed, your Sleepy Joe spoke for over an hour and 30 minutes. I couldn't do that. Could you do that?
No, hell no.
I couldn't do that. Everyone here couldn't do that. Barack Obama spoke for about 30, but your Sleepy Joe spoke for an hour and 30, and he was great.
Yep. And Donald Trump is the one who's falling asleep in court. And I think Hillary Clinton said something to the effect of, he falls asleep in court and wakes up with 34 felonies. Beautiful, beautiful quote.
Great, yeah.
How do you feel about Michelle Obama kind of evolving from when they go low, we go high? And I guess when she used to say that, you were probably like 3 years old, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. She's evolved from that to a more, all right, let's get down and dirty with them. Yeah. How do you feel about this evolution?
Well, when they go low, we go lower. So
you match the energy?
Match the energy. I like that. And you have to get defensive when Donald Trump starts getting offensive. So it's very important that she did that, and that was very important.
Cool. I'll let you go. You got people to meet. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you in like 3 minutes and act like we haven't seen you in an hour. Oh, Noah. What a great kid, though. I'm always mind blown. There's Tommy Vitor. We had something set up with Claudia Conway. Let me see. Kellyanne Conway and George Conway's daughter wanted to have a chat on stream about her experience at the DNC. But we'll get to that. We might have Congressman Maxwell Frost, but we'll get to that as well. How is everybody doing? Give me 1 second.
Take one with
1 second. We got Representative Raskin right here. Quick interview. Representative Raskin, are you willing to talk to MeidasTouch Network?
All right, yeah.
MeidasTouch Network? Awesome. Let's go step to the side over here. A celebrity. How are you doing today, sir? So, can I ask you, first of all, introduce yourself. Everyone knows you, but introduce yourself.
It's Congressman Jamie Raskin from Maryland's beautiful 8th District.
I want to ask you, how do you feel about Michelle Obama's evolution from saying, when they go low, we go high, to her not pulling punches?
You know, we go high in terms of our values, our ambitions, and our aspirations for America, but the post-Trump Democratic Party is a very different party than the pre-Trump party, because we know what these people are capable of. Fraud, violence, corruption, and we're not taking any nonsense from them. We're calling it out. So I'm totally with Michelle Obama.
Do you think that Democrats should keep putting Donald Trump on the defense, keep putting him on the defense and staying on the offense? Because something I've noticed with VP Harris is nothing sticks to her. Donald Trump can say whatever buzzwords, and she doesn't react, which I think is brilliant. So how do you think Democrats stop themselves from being on the back foot?
Well, we shake them off and we keep going forward. I mean, we represent the vast majority of the American people. More than 80% of Americans are women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, 18 to 30, progressives, liberals. It's not even close. All they've got on their side is disenfranchisement, voter suppression, gerrymandering, a bunch of anti-democratic devices. And we're going to confront them at every turn, keep moving America forward.
This has been Representative Jamie Raskin with MeidasTouch. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy the convention.
Thank you so much.
Let's keep walking. His aide said we had to wrap it up. Everybody's spamming blue hearts. They love Raskin. I'm assuming we're going to find Mike Lindell yelling at a 6-year-old child soon. Mike Lindell is probably looking for a baby to scream in the face of. Representative Raskin is brilliant. Also, we're going to find Politics Girl today. We're going to find Lee, Politics Girl, so we can clear the air. I read your guys' comments. We're going to find Politics Girl. Yeah, Jamie Raskin absolutely killed that interview. Representative Raskin, sorry. He absolutely shredded that interview. That was great. His aide was flashing a sign at me and they said, wrap up, so he did. We should pop into the Creators Lounge. I need water really bad. We're going to get water, guys. I'm not going to lie. Do you guys agree that the past hour has been wild? I feel like the past hour has just been straight content. Sorry, sir. Bumped into his elbow right there. Okay, it's not too bad.
Multi-pass.
Sorry.
Well, she's not clear.
I'm her wife.
That's not my wife.
All right, back in the Creators Lounge. I love this area. Oh, what's up, Johnny? Just so you guys know, we're currently live. Yeah. Sorry, we're just grabbing a water bottle right here. You're good.
Well.
Are we able to grab these waters? You need one, Nate? So are you. MeidasTouch, you want to talk to us? MeidasTouch. We'll talk. Give us 1 second. We're taking a quick water break, and then we'll chat. You want some bodyguard, Ben? We've got bodyguard Ben and cameraman Nate.
Full swap?
Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Quick water break, y'all. I was yelling at Mike Lindell, and then I was talking to Jamie Raskin and Noah all in the past hour, so I needed water. But yeah, we're currently chilling in the Creators Lounge. Cheers. Bodyguard Ben just took the camera from cameraman Nate. Both skilled videographers. Where are the nachos? Beautiful job, guys. Thank you. How's everybody doing? $10 says Lindell gets kicked out. It keeps pausing. I hope the stream is not pausing for you guys. Oh, Raskin is great. Great broadcasting. Thank you. We are working on it. Yeah, you want to talk to us?
Heck yeah, I'm talking to us. MeidasTouch once again.
We are joined again by Olivia Juliana. Now, yesterday I saw you had a video on MeidasTouch that was really good. You want to talk about what you guys talked about?
Yeah, I was on with Ken. We were on Burn the Boats. Ken over here, Superstar.
What's up?
Talking about Texas, man. Talking about Texas. You know, people count us out every election cycle, and every election cycle we get closer and closer to make it impossible for Republicans to win the presidency.
Have you seen that chart where it's like Obama lost it by 15%, and then Hillary lost it by 10%, and Biden 5%? Those numbers might be a little bit off, but we're getting very, very close. Do you think it's possible in the next decade?
Yeah. You know about 6% of people who were the reason why Donald Trump won the election in Texas in 2020. That 6% might be women who care about abortion access. It might be teachers who are tired of their their raises being held up by Governor Abbott. It could be parents who are sick of the fact that their public schools are being defunded. It could be young people who are upset about how unaffordable it is in some parts of the state. That 6% of people could be any number of groups who, over the last 4 years, over the last 2 years especially, are sick and tired of what these men are doing in this state. So I think it's possible.
And quick fun fact, Olivia is actually speaking today, right?
I am.
You're speaking today, so this is actually exclusive because you're about to get inside the head of somebody who's speaking to the DNC. Let me ask you, how are you feeling hours before your speech?
I feel fantastic. You know, I just talked to the former mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, likely now Congressman-elect for Texas's 18th Congressional District. And he talked about Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Congresswoman Jackson Lee was a mentor of mine, and she passed away a few weeks ago. And I feel good knowing I have so many members of my Texas delegation here with me, but also knowing, Congresswoman's looking down on me right now, and I know that she would be proud, and that's really keeping me going tonight and making me feel very at peace. So
she's going to love the speech, I promise. It's going to be great. You're going to kill it.
So I hope so.
Thank you. I don't want to hold you too much because I know you're busy today.
Thank you, MeidasTouch. We love the Meidas Mighty. We love the Meidas Mighty.
The best, yeah. Play that Tennessee Brando song.
Thank you.
See ya. Oh, let's chat. Yeah, how you doing?
Good to meet you in person.
Yeah, finally.
On the same network.
Absolutely.
And, it's all virtual these days.
I think everybody is going to be thrilled to see us together on screen. It's going to be great. How are you feeling on the ground of the DNC?
It is electric, and every day keeps getting better. I don't know how you felt after the first day, but I thought they can't top this. And then we had yesterday, and Michelle Obama, and President Obama, and the roll call. I mean, it was democracy in action, and the contrast with the RNC, which I'm glad people are making, couldn't be clearer. What were the different placards? It was the RNC, mass deportation now, versus the DNC, USA, USA. And as a Navy vet, it is long overdue that we recapture the language and the symbols and the sentiment of love of country.
You are speaking my language right now because the Democratic Party is the party of patriotism, is the party of the Constitution, is the party that helps veterans. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you for your service. Secondly, how do you feel when Donald Trump and J.D. Vance in particular attack Tim Walz on his record rather than policy? See, if they attack him on policy, that'd be different, right?
Yeah, fine. Attack somebody with a 24-year military career. You know what? I really, really hope they make this election a referendum on military service, because wait till they hear about their guy, right? Yep. 5 fraudulent deferments, draft dodges for fake bone spurs versus a guy who did 24 years. 4 years beyond his retirement limit, right? He stayed in. I hope they go after him because it gives us every opportunity to point out the hypocrisy, and the hypocrisy is honestly unlike anything I've seen in politics.
It's offensive. The hypocrisy is actually offensive.
It is deeply offensive. It is.
And when it comes to Tim Walz, they attack him on his record. When it comes to VP Harris, they attack her on her identity. Out of there's not really much to attack her on because she hasn't made many mistakes so far this election cycle. Knock on wood, right? Yeah. But they say that she just recently turned black, something to that effect, which is absolutely disgusting. How do you think the Republican Party is ever going to build a coalition when they can't keep suburban women, they can't keep black Americans, they can't keep veterans? I don't think
they're trying to. I don't think they're trying to grow the party. I don't think they have a big tent approach at all, because this whole strategy is about agitating and exercising the most radical elements of the Republican Party and making sure those voters turn out. It's the Democratic Party that is growing. It is the Democratic Party that's building. And most importantly, it's the Democratic Party that is looking forward. Because what's the saying now? We can't go back. We can't go back to those years of Trump and the divisiveness and the anger and the animosity. I think America is overdue for some hope and joy in its politics.
If you're just tuning in to the Meidas Mighty, this is Ken Harbaugh. Did I say Harbaugh? Is it Harbaugh? Ken Harbaugh and Adam Mockler at the DNC in Chicago 2024. You won't get this type of coverage anywhere else. 2 Meidas members meeting up for the Meidas Mighty. That was a lot of M's right there. How do you think that Democrats should respond to... Well, let me rephrase the question. Donald Trump throws a lot of stuff at the wall. He says so many different crazy remarks. How do you think Democrats prevent themselves from being put on the back foot and make sure that we're always on the offense?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you an example. Just now, I was in the studio with retired Colonel John Tien, who is the Deputy Homeland Security Secretary, with Admiral Mike Smith, Navy Admiral, go Navy. And we talked about the hypocrisy of the Trump campaign just today, putting out a letter attacking Governor Walz's supposed military exaggerations. The letter itself had stolen valor on it. The letter itself was signed by Republican members of Congress who were making up things about their military records. Most of all, Ronnie Jackson, who claims to be an admiral, but had that rank stripped from him for disciplinary reasons when he left the Navy. Please make this election about the integrity of our military service. We're going to win that argument.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because these people are absurd. These are bizarre people. For example, Mike Lindell has been walking around screaming in the faces of 12-year-olds. Have you seen him walking around yet without his mustache?
I haven't.
You're lucky. I wouldn't. He shaved his mustache. He looks weird. I'll say it. Weird is the word of the week or the month. So my next question to you is, who's your favorite speaker been so far?
Honestly, the young lady who talked about being a survivor. I mean, as a father of 2 girls, that hits you right here. And I think about what's at stake for them and their future. And I'll just say it again, we can't go back. And I'm from Ohio, a state that now has literal medical refugees, right? Young women who can't get the medical care they need, in some cases life-saving medical care. We're the state that had a 10-year-old medical refugee who was raped and had to flee the state to get medical care.
She went to my state, Indiana, I believe. Right?
Yeah. And if anybody thinks that's a beautiful thing, as Donald Trump said, I don't think that's most Americans.
There is a lot at stake, not only for young women across the country, but for Black Americans, for veterans. Everybody will have their fundamental rights stripped away if something like Project 2025 does pass. Really quickly, the scariest part of Project 2025, it is absolutely real, and don't let them gaslight you and say that it's not. In Donald Trump's first term, he did sign this Schedule F executive order that reclassified tens of thousands of civil servant positions and said Donald Trump could hire them or fire them at will, meaning that they don't have to be qualified, they just have to be loyal, and that is what is at stake. So if Project 2025 does get passed, I sort of laid out the broad groundwork, but what do you think is at stake?
Our way of running the government, our way of thinking about our democracy is at stake. I mean, this thing runs to nearly 1,000 pages. And they've laid it out for us to see. And what aggravates me the most, and you've done such a good job about this, is the denials now coming out of the Trump camp. Oh, we don't know anything about Project 2025. That wasn't us. Everyone involved in Project 2025 was either a Trump sycophant or a MAGA acolyte. Trump and MAGA have their fingers all over Project 2025. I mean, J.D. Vance, his running mate, is writing the foreword to the book written by the architect of Project 2025, Kevin Roberts, the head of the Heritage Foundation. Don't believe their lies.
Don't believe their lies whatsoever. I mean, the Heritage Foundation has been guiding Republican policy since the Reagan administration, correct?
Yeah, sure. And it used to be an honorable organization that operated in good faith, but it has been completely hijacked and bought in entirely to the MAGA agenda, and now it is just a bad actor in American civic life.
On page 5 of Project 2025, this one's wild because I was live streaming while we were researching, and basically it says that pornography should be criminalized, anybody who creates it or purveys it should be imprisoned, and then teachers or librarians who show it at schools should be purveyed as sexual predators. So what they're saying is if you teach sex ed, then you should be a sexual predator. That is what Project 2025 says. And my question is, how do you decide who defines what porn is? Is Game of Thrones porn? Is George R.R. Martin going to go to jail? What do you think about it?
This is about transferring power to the religious police, right? Not to mention the proposals to abolish the Department of Education, gutting the Veterans Administration. I mean, you can fit a lot of outrage into 920 pages, and they've managed to pack every single page with it.
Yeah, it is wild. We are here with Ken Harbaugh. Thank you so much. I'm sure the Meidas Mighty really appreciated that. And let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Let's
Thanks,
do it again.
Adam.
See you. We are in the Creators Lounge at the 2024 RNC. Hold the camera there for 1 second. Let me go grab someone. That water is so satisfying. What's your good side?
This side.
Both sides are your good side.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so we are currently here with Micah Fon. Introduce yourself to the stream.
Hey folks, I'm Micah Fon. I'm on the executive committee of the Texas Democratic Party, one of the youngest people to ever do so. I'm trying to flip the state blue, and I have a good feeling we're going to be doing it pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Do you think it's possible within the next decade?
Oh, absolutely over the next decade. If you look at the demographics of the state of Texas, it is a purple state, but it's very low voter turnout, and that's because Republicans don't want people to vote. They purge people from the voter rolls. They make it harder to register at schools. They actually tried to pass a piece of legislation last session to remove polling locations from universities.
So
why would they do that?
Absolutely love housing. Housing is your passion, correct?
Right.
What was your reaction when VP Harris announced her plan to build 3 million new homes? How do you feel about it? Were you excited? Were you giggling?
I've never clapped so hard in my life.
Yeah.
My hands were hurting after that. I was screaming and wailing, and I usually do because I'm very excited.
Kicking your feet in the air.
It was crazy. And it's because this is the way you solve the housing crisis. People have promised and failed to deliver real change to solve the housing crisis. As people have made these promises, prices have gone up and up and up, and it's because it's a supply issue. We don't have enough housing, and the only way to fix it is to build more, and that's exactly what our plan will do.
And putting the correct incentives in place is how you get the housing crisis solved, correct?
Exactly. We have discriminatory laws that were put in place about a century ago to keep poor and people of color out of certain communities. They didn't want to build the kind of housing that they could afford. And what does that mean? Well, young people, we can't, since they're not building that kind of housing, we can't move to many places. There's not enough housing in places like San Francisco, and the only way to fix that is to get rid of those bad laws.
And what do you know about Project 2025? What is at stake if Project 2025 is passed?
Well, it's actually incredible. On the housing issue, they not only want to keep these laws, they want to strengthen these laws. They want nationwide federal legislation to make it everywhere, completely universal. That's disastrous. They want to end Medicare as we know it, which will rip away the best functioning part of our healthcare system. It'd be an economic catastrophe for every single American, except maybe those at the very top.
Can you cover the stream and yap for a second?
Absolutely.
I got to run to the bathroom really fast.
Oh, absolutely.
Hold the stream down. Talk about what you're passionate about. I'll be back in 2 minutes. This is Micah Fon, everybody. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Nick Roberts.
Yeah, another thing that we could talk about is that the first piece of legislation that the Democrats tried to pass was the For the People Act, a piece of legislation that almost every single Republican, if not every single Republican, voted against. Now, what was in that piece of legislation that they were so against? It tried to end gerrymandering, the ability to draw districts in a clearly partisan way. There's a reason why the vast majority of us live in districts that are completely safe Republican or Democrat. It's because the lines are drawn in a way that's rigged. There's states in this country where Democrats get the majority of the vote, but they get only 40% of the seats. That's not fair. That's not democratic, and Democrats, when they first got the opportunity, tried to ban that unfair practice, despite the fact that sometimes Democratic states gerrymander. Now, why would they vote against that? Another thing that was in this bill was automatic voter registration. I'm the kind of guy who doesn't like red tape. I don't like bureaucracy, and I hate paperwork. Automatic voter registration would make it such that we would automatically be registered by the government when they get our information, instead of having to manually register to vote. Why would somebody be against that? Because the Republicans don't want people to vote. Because when people vote, they lose. They don't want people to vote so bad that they actually, in many states, are pushing to make it where you have to automatically re-register to vote every certain number of years. That's extra paperwork and bureaucracy.
Thank you, Micah Fon, for taking over. I had to go fix my hair in the bathroom, This has been Micah Fon. Where can people find you?
You can find me at MicahErfan.com. That's MICAHERFAN.com. All my socials are linked there. Good to see you, Adam.
Olivia wants you.
Oh, great.
Great to see you, homie. We now have Brooklyn Dad Defiant joining the stream. What should I call you?
Brooklyn is good.
Brooklyn is cool?
Yeah.
How you doing today, Brooklyn?
I am blessed. I'm blessed.
You guys know this guy? Have you guys seen him on Twitter? Do you see his profile picture when you look at his face,
Right.
That's the position you're in? So, who's been your favorite speaker so far?
Michelle Obama, and it's not even close.
Everyone's been saying that.
My God. When she spoke last night, I got emotional. I got emotional because she finally kind of unloaded after all of the nasty attacks from Trump and his minions, and she did it in such a graceful way that they didn't even deserve. But yeah, I stood up and I yelled something like, "Tell it!"
That was you?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how do you feel about Michelle Obama's evolution from when they go low, we go high, to F it, let's get down and dirty with them?
I think it's time. And, a lot of people were talking about they wanted her to run for office, and she's done. She doesn't want anything to do with that. I think Michelle Obama just wants to be able to enjoy her life, to enjoy her family, without being denigrated. And she loves our country.
Yep.
People think that just because you have criticism, it means you love America less. That's not it at all. I have kids, and I criticize them because I want them to do better. And if you love someone, you love something, you criticize it, you want it to improve, right? So, yeah, I think she loves America. I forgot what the question was.
Man, you're even better outside of the Twitter character limit. You're ripping it. You're doing great.
I have no limit.
Yeah. No limit at all. So, what do you think about Project 2025 and the threat that it poses not only to all Americans, but Black Americans in particular?
Project 2025 is terrifying. It wants to basically legalize stripping protections and rights away from Americans, and it wants to strip out all of the civil servants, the people who've been working for our government, whether they're Democrat or Republican, is irrelevant. They have to swear a loyalty oath to Donald Trump, if he were to win. So that cannot stand. And there's like a ton of horrible things. Out of 900 pages, it hits every area of life that is important to us, whether it's abortion rights or voting rights, or whether it's the climate, for crying out loud. They're going after that too. So yeah, it cannot. We can't let that take a hold. We have to outroot it.
Can I run a theory by you and see what you think about it? A theory that I developed with my audience. So we've been doing live streams where we read through Project 2025. It's so long that we think that they made it so long so people won't actually read all the way through it. But in Project 2025, they say the words day one over and over. And every time they say day one, they capitalize it. On day one, this will happen. They say it, they capitalize the words or letters D and O for the day one. What does Donald Trump always say? He's going to be a day one dictator. He is mirroring dictator on day one. He is mirroring the rhetoric of Project 2025 perfectly. Am I going crazy, or is this a connection that could be drawn?
There is no coincidence. Absolutely not. He's not smart enough for that to be a coincidence. He is absolutely connected to it. This Project 2025 has actually been out there in the public for over a year. Yep. And it's only in the past 4 or 5 months. I don't remember when it was that Taraji Henson made that statement on BET.
2 or 3 months ago.
I mean, when she did that, she basically put it on blast.
Yep.
And then
hit the national stage.
Yeah, it reached eyes and ears everywhere. And suddenly, then they started to try to back away from it. But Trump supporters and other people are community noting a lot of tweets that connect Donald Trump to Project 2025. They're saying, "Oh no, it's Agenda 47." No, it's not. It's the same thing. If you pull the mask off of Agenda 47, what's underneath? Project 2025.
Can I do something really cool? I want to pull in JoJo from Jurors, so we have the biggest Twitter. Have you met her before?
We just did an interview with
JoJo, are you down? JoJo's coming in 1 second. I think anybody who has Twitter will freak out if they see their two favorite Twitter people standing in one place, right? Who'd you guys just do an interview with?
John Fugelsang on Sirius XM.
Awesome, that is great.
So we both get the same trolls, basically. We get attacked viciously from the trolls on the right. They have memes that they've put together with us doing things that are unsavory. Yeah.
They do that with me, too, with me and Harry Sisson. They think that me and Harry Sisson are a couple. They do that all the time.
Where's Harry?
Harry's standing right behind...
Harry's a good guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah. He just hooked us up with the Mike Lindell interview. Mike Lindell was screaming not only at me, but at a 12-year-old kid.
Was that Mike Lindell?
Yeah, with no mustache.
I didn't even recognize him.
He looks whack.
Wow.
Yeah.
He is whack.
He's a crazy guy. Every time we talk to him, he runs down the same exact lines. He kept saying, "I'm the American dream on steroids. I want paper ballots." There was a little bit of an awkward moment because I said, "You keep doing the same script." And he's like, "My script is that are you saying I should, it's a bad thing that I was a drug addict?" He thought I was attacking him for being a drug addict, and that wasn't my intention in the moment. But either way, he's anti-democratic. He's not a patriot. We are the real patriots. The Democratic Party is the party of the Constitution and patriotism. You agree, correct?
Absolutely.
And Donald Trump is the one who said he wants to terminate the rules, laws, and regulations in the Constitution. Yep. Donald Trump is the one who wanted to subvert the will of the American people. How do you think that J.D. Vance, or let me rephrase the question. When J.D. Vance attacked Tim Walz on his military record, how do you think veterans across the country react?
I think they should immediately reject J.D. Vance, and they should reject Donald Trump. They should reject Donald Trump long before J.D. Vance even came into the picture, because it's already known, it's been confirmed by General John Kelly that he said that our fallen veterans were suckers and losers because what were they getting out of it? That he didn't want to be filmed next to a disabled veteran because he says it doesn't look good for me. And going all the way back to 2016, he said that John McCain wasn't a hero because he was captured. I mean, if you didn't know who he was by then, you should definitely know who he is by now. So, they absolutely should reject J.D. Vance and Donald Trump wholesale.
Every single time Donald Trump steps on stage or gives a speech or holds a rally, he proves that he's unfit to hold office. And I truly think he's going through some sort of cognitive decline. Just the way that he speaks nowadays, it's different. It's different from how he spoke 8 years ago. How do you think Democrats stop themselves from being put on the back foot and make sure that we're always on the offense? For example, Hillary Clinton, throughout her campaign a lot of times, was reacting to attacks that Donald Trump threw at her. Kamala Harris has flipped the script and hasn't reacted, hasn't bit, if you know what I mean. So how do we stop Republicans from putting us on the back foot?
I think the attack by calling Donald Trump weird is very effective. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Donald Trump made a point of saying early on in his campaign that he loves the poorly educated, right? There's a whole thing about, like, when President Obama spoke, he's very eloquent, right? Very articulate, but maybe too articulate for a lot of the people that Donald Trump appeals to, right? Folks who don't speak in 3-syllable words, right? Weird is 5 letters, it's 1 syllable, and everybody knows what weird is. When you say the word weird, you think about that cousin of yours that nobody likes to be alone with. You think about that guy who lives in the house on your block that nobody talks to because, he wears a raincoat, in sunny days.
You think of Mike Lindell without a mustache.
Yes, exactly. So weird is effective. We define him. We don't let him define us. Let me touch on another thing. In that debate that Donald Trump had with Joe Biden, that unfortunate debate, Donald Trump used this strategy that I just learned about, Gish Gallop, where you just throw a bunch of stuff out there that's untrue, and you force your opponent to attempt to defend or, debunk a portion of that. But then you have to calculate while the clock is ticking, which things do I debunk? Which things do I defend? And she has to throw all that out and make a decision beforehand. I'm not even going to address any of his crap. I'm going to talk about what matters to me. I'm going to talk about my policies, and I'm going to talk about why this clown is unfit for any office, let alone the highest office in the land.
Stay put. Let me try one more time with JoJo.
Let's go.
Sorry to leave you.
Let's go.
You want to talk to Brooklyn Dad, Defiant, and I?
Yes, I do.
How you doing?
Hi, good. Where should I be?
Right here.
Seeing you again.
Oh my gosh, what are the odds? What? I didn't even know you were here.
Happy to have you back. If you use Twitter, we are live.
Oh, okay.
If you use Twitter, this is live. I should have told you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. I just made a fool of myself in the camera.
You absolutely killed it. So, I'm sorry. I should have told you that right away. My bad. That was absolutely my mistake.
That's all right.
So, either way, if you use Twitter, you know that these two people are dominating the liberal space in Twitter. You see these two profile pictures all the time. How often do you interact with JoJo from Jurors on Twitter? Are you guys good? Are you guys mutuals?
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Not so much because it's almost like catnip for the trolls, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, but offline, we talk a lot.
You guys chat a lot offline?
Oh my God, we do. We've actually become really good friends, I think. Yeah. We bonded, but fairly recently. But he came on my show for a podcast, and we did not expect to start crying. And sure enough, we started crying. Yeah. We had a heart-to-heart. It was like this really, and I'm just on that subject, though, I think that's what it is. That's the antidote to all the division that has been happening, that they're stoking on the right. It is finding the humanity in somebody else that you might not have seen before, because once that door is open, you really can find, you can find that you can forgive a lot of differences, and you can find middle ground on a lot of differences, or you can say, we're never going to agree on that. But not that we disagree all that much. We might disagree about the positioning of you as I'm feeding you on a couch in one of our memes, but we don't disagree about much. Is it true? But yeah, no, we bonded as human beings, and I think that we could all do a lot more of that, right? Yeah.
Inside scoop, JoJo from Jurors and Brooklyn Dad Defiant are good friends behind the scenes. Did you guys know this? I did not know this. So,
Trolls eat your hearts out.
the trolls are going to be mad. The MAGA people are going to be mad. Donald Trump and his empty stadiums versus VP Harris and her AI crowds. Not AI crowds, though. So, who's been your guys' favorite speaker? I think you said Michelle Obama, correct?
Yes.
Who's been your favorite
Well, I
speaker?
mean, I have different categories because, of course, Biden was my emotional favorite, my sentimental favorite, my human being favorite because I love Joe Biden, but I love Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. So category 2 would be who really brought it home and dropped the hammer. And it's got to be that 1-2 punch, right? Like, it was like Kamala came in and she, like, kicked him in the nuts. And then he was down on the ground or, like, he's hunched over. And then Obama comes in and he just peed on him. He likes that, though, so I don't know if that was a bad thing. But Obama was just like, it was like a top rope. It was like, boom, and it was amazing. And the AI crowd, all AI clapped and roared and laughed, all AI together. It was amazing to not witness, really, in life.
And Brooklyn Dad Defiant, I'm going to call you Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I want to wrap this up by asking, what is at stake for, I guess I already asked you this, and I want you to give me one more answer. What is at stake for Black Americans, and what is at stake for women? I want you guys to both answer. Let's hear it.
What I'm going to say, what's at stake for Black Americans is pretty much what's at stake for all Americans, because, we're talking about our democracy here. We're talking about not electing a dictator who will not abdicate power, who will not leave office. We're talking about our freedoms. It's not just men, it's men and women's freedom to have to do what is right for their own bodies is at stake. The freedom to vote. Our climate is in jeopardy. So everything, our democracy is at stake. So this is the most important election. You probably hear that a lot. It almost seems like, your eyes glaze over when you hear that, but you don't let your eyes glaze over. This is an important moment. This is an important moment for our youth. Pay attention, because this world, we're just living in it right now. It is your world. If you young folks out there, we appreciate that you are getting involved, that you're listening to brilliant young minds like this. Stay focused, stay connected, and together we're going to win this thing.
Now, we have a bunch of white men making laws about women's bodies, so can we hear from the women what is at stake?
I mean, this is the choice between, being dragged backwards in time, back to the 1800s, the 1700s, when women had no autonomy at all. In this country, a woman can open up her own bank account until 1983. That's not a joke.
That's wild.
But, right? I mean, I know that's the dark ages for you, but I was like almost 10. But still, this is the choice between being as women, as girls, as a society, dragged backwards in time, where the only people who have access to anything, the only people with rights, the only people who can, have with freedom are white Christian old men. And the choice is between that and moving forward with expanding rights, expanding access to reproductive care, transgender care, expanding access to voting. All of those things embodied in Kamala Harris, right, who really is the picture of America. That ticket is the picture of America. She's a black Indian woman, former prosecutor, running with a white 60-year-old, gray-haired, former history teacher coach. And they come from the coast, and they come from middle America, and I think that's the choice before us. I don't want to go back in time. I don't like right now that I got to enjoy a bodily autonomy right that my daughter doesn't. I don't like it, so that's the choice before us. That's what's at stake. It's pretty much everything.
I looked over at Brooklyn. You have him incredibly proud over here. He's smirking. Where can people find you guys?
On Twitter, you can find me at MMPADELLAN at MMPadellan, or you can just type in Brooklyn Dad Defiant, but make sure you're not finding a doppelganger with like 5 followers. Make sure it's the 1.3 million follower Brooklyn Dad Defiant.
You don't have to flex on me like that. Damn, 1.3 million. Where can people find you?
Well, I also have a bunch of fakes, but it's like JoJo from Jurors 7474. No, I'm JoJo from Jurors. It's Twitter. It's been most of the socials. JoJo from Jurors is Instagram. But you can find me on my Are You Effing Kidding Me Substack, my Are You Effing Kidding Me podcast. I've got a bunch of people coming on right now. We're going to put all that audio up. I got Jared Moskowitz recording in a minute.
Are you effing kidding me?
Are you
Check
effing kidding
it out.
me?
And
Check it
I
out.
always love chatting with you.
I'm
It's
not
been
gonna
great.
move up on you like he did.
It's been great, yeah. We're going to go head out this way. And you know we were arguing with Mike Lindell a bit ago?
Oh, I don't
He was yelling at like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old. Let's head out this way. Sorry. Let's go to the blue carpet.
I got a battery swap.
Okay. Yo, what's up? We'll meet you at the blue carpet in 5 minutes. Cool. We were just recording in the Creator Lounge. Sorry. Yep. See you. Do I need a BRB? Guys, really quickly, we have to hot swap. Where can I be seen? We have to hot swap the microphone batteries. We're about to talk to Claudia Conway, the daughter of Kellyanne Conway and George Conway. You know both of those people. Let me. Yeah. I appreciate that. So, did you talk to him too?
Yes.
You get some content of it?
Yeah, look.
Let's go. We're going live. Okay, good. Hop in.
Sorry, I got like 9 texts.
I thought you were going to show Mike Lindell.
Oh,
You
yes.
can show us later. You can show us later.
I know you. I love you. I love you.
Hey, we'll chat with you later. We'll catch up. You want to fill in for us in a bit?
Yeah.
I'll text you. Harry Assistant is going to be guest hosting for us in a bit. First, let me make sure we're back. Are we back? Someone said this has been the best content I've seen all week. Let's go. That makes me so happy. I was pretty stressed out before the DNC streams. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, it's big events. A lot of pressure. Let's go. The Adam and Noah show? I'm down. The Adam and Noah show? Noah is spelled K-N-O-W-A, by the way. K-N-O-W-A. That's how you spell Noah. Or at least that's how it's spelled on his Twitter. I believe that's how you spell it. Oh, we're back. Ingest. Let's do it. Sorry about that, guys. We're back, guys. How is everybody doing? Adam and Noah show. We're going to do the Adam and Noah show. We're almost here. Excuse me. Sorry, sir. Can we sneak around here? I appreciate that. We saw you last night. We are now live on the blue carpet with the 2024 DNC. I'd like to welcome Claudia Conway.
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. How does the energy on the ground feel for you?
It is absolutely incredible. There's nothing like it. I swear, no concert, no festival can do what this convention is doing for everybody right now.
Let me ask you, so your dad is George Conway.
He is,
Your
yes.
mom is Kellyanne Conway.
That is crazy contrast, right?
It's insane. How has that shaped your views growing up in a household with such conflicting beliefs?
You know, growing up they had the same beliefs, and I think my dad has strayed away from those beliefs, but I think growing up in such a conservative household has kind of showed me to go the other way. And not in a disrespectful way to their views, but it educated me on the views that I clearly don't agree with. So, you know, when I was being taught abortion is murder or this, that, and the other, I was saying, okay, no, I don't agree with that. So it actually helped me a lot to form my own opinions because I'm not just forming a baseless opinion. I know about the other side. I have, you know, facts and statistics, and I'm educated about the other side, which, you know, encouraged me to educate myself about the other side. So now I have this two-pronged, like all this knowledge, and, you know, I really strive to be not eligible on everything.
That's really interesting. I have a similar experience because, my mom's side of the family are generally Christian. My dad is Muslim. Everyone on his side of the family is Muslim. So as I was growing up, I had two conflicting beliefs: my Muslim side of the family and my Christian/atheist side of the family. So I had to choose: do I want to follow tradition and be Muslim, or do I want to be Christian? I'm neither. So that's how that worked out. So who's been your favorite speaker so far?
Oh my God, I think Michelle Obama yesterday was incredible. I think that she had to have one of the best speeches. Jasmine Crockett was really amazing, and Tammy Duckworth was also amazing. I really enjoyed all three of those speeches.
Michelle Obama's was great. We are live on the blue carpet with Claudia Conway. So, what do you think about Michelle Obama's evolution from when they go low, we go high, to F it, let's roll in the dirt?
I think there's been a lot of talk about that, you know, especially about this party right now. And I think it's gotten to this point of Trump and the Republicans, all they do are personal attacks every day. It's like every 5 seconds. So I think now what the Harris campaign is doing is really smart because they're running a campaign based off of joy and based off of excitement and, you know, freshness. And they're also, you know, hitting Trump where it hurts. And I think it's a really, really smart thing they're doing. I personally believe that negative rhetoric, you know, should stay out of politics. I don't think it ever will be. But I think the Harris campaign's, you know, doing a really smart thing.
You've got to level the playing field at some point. If Donald Trump is going to keep throwing stuff to the wall, VP Harris has to at some point fire back, or else it creates this dynamic where Democrats are always on their back foot, always on the defense.
We got to be on the offense. You know, I feel like Democrats have been on the defense for so long, you know, since 9 years ago when Trump came into the light, and I think that it's time for us to get on offense. And this convention, all this, I think we are on offense right now, and it's just an amazing thing to see.
I think the weird thing is a perfect example of us being on the offense for the first time in a while. Now, Donald Trump is saying, I'm not weird. They're saying J.D. Vance is weird. He keeps saying stuff like that. This guy cannot be real.
No, he's not. And, you know, the thing about the weird thing is he, you know, attacks all of of these different people in horrible ways. You know, it's just like horrible personal attacks, and you know, all we said was they're weird. And you know, it's such a minimal attack, but it had the effectiveness of this attack was crazy. Yep. I mean, people went nuts, and you know, Trump has now for weeks been struggling to define Kamala Harris, and has been struggling to create an attack line against her. And I think we're doing really well for the Harris campaign because of that.
Trump's instincts are telling him talk about her race or her sex.
Exactly.
And
it's identity politics. I mean, Trump is the first person to engage in identity politics. That's all he cares about.
Kamala Harris has AI crowds, and apparently she just recently turned black. Those are two things that I just learned.
Exactly, and it's like, I think, and what I've heard from on the news and from a lot of people I've spoken to, even Republicans are they're sick of it. Yep. Like, it's exhausting. You know, in 2016, when he was new on the stage and, you know, he was fresh for everybody. Oh, he's a businessman. Oh, he's going to... We're tired of it. I mean, it is the same playbook. It has been the same playbook every election, and we're tired of it.
At least they have Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan, though, right?
Yeah, because...
So are you 19, 20 years old?
Yeah, I'll be 20 in October.
Okay, so as a 20-year-old or 19-year-old woman in America, what is at stake for you this election cycle?
Well, to start, my body and the rights to my body, I think that's a big thing. Our reproductive health care, birth control, IVF, you name it, all of that. And I think it's super important. I believe that in swing states, reproductive health care and that issue is going to be the reason that Kamala Harris goes over 270, because it is such a hotly contested issue right now, and women are angry. Yep. Like, women, we are mad and we are motivated. I mean, you see it on both sides, Democrat, Republican. I'm actually a registered independent. And everybody's just angry because it's, how can this be, you know?
So Republicans' reactions to losing suburban women en masse is to call them childless cat ladies and double down on the attacks. It's wild. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's just silly. I mean, I don't even think any of us take offense to it because you're right, it's just weird. Yep. I mean, to say that... To say that, you know, these accomplished women in government and running our country are childless cat ladies, to demean them to a 3-word phrase meant to hurt them, it's ridiculous. Yep. I mean, it is ridiculous. And there are so many people who can't have kids or choose not to have kids or, you know, have infertility issues or are gay, you know? And it's like, what a mindless attack. I mean, it's just, for me, it holds no merit because it was stupid and weird.
Very well said. This has been Claudia Conway from MeidasTouch on the blue carpet in Chicago with the 2024 DNC. Great.
It was so nice talking to you. This was awesome. Yeah, we'll do it again. Yeah, text me whatever.
Enjoy. We are currently on the blue carpet. We have some politicians and surrogates walking past. Let's give it a second. Let's let everything play out. How's everybody doing? I haven't checked my phone in a while, so let's see how chat is doing. 4.5K, let's go. You guys are the best. Oh, is the feed good? You guys tweak me out, man. Is the feed good? Someone said, oh yeah, it's good? Okay. We're chilling. We have had a crazy few hours. We just went from Noah to Mike Lindell to Representative Raskin to Brooklyn Dad Defiant and JoJo from Jurors, Micah Fon, Claudia Conway. We've had an amazing few hours. Let me see how everything's doing. Let me connect. 1 second, guys. The DNC 2024. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to connect to this. Awesome job, Adam. Thank you. You got the love here, man. Feed looks great. Okay, feed looks great. Someone was messing with me. Loving this. It was over 6K. How are you guys feeling about the Mike Lindell interview? I did not get to check chat. How are you guys feeling about Mike Lindell? That was fun, right? Yeah. You want to chat with us?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, you, and then you want to chat after? Live on MeidasTouch? Let's do it. We are back with
Joshua.
How you doing? Introduce yourself to the stream.
I'm doing great. Josh Martin from the University of Houston in Houston, Texas. We do a lot of voter registration work. But what I'm here today for is just being excited because we're about to elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you the student body president?
I was the 59th. My term's over. Passed it on. But we're still doing the work, registering people to vote. My team right now is actively registering voters on campus in Texas to make sure that we can get rid of Ted Cruz and make sure we fire Donald Trump for good.
And it's important that we actually do this on-the-ground work because all of this momentum can exist online, but if we can't translate it into canvassing, door-knocking, voting, then it means nothing. How do you think the Democrats stop themselves from being put on the back foot? Donald Trump is he's not good at much. He's good at launching a bunch of attacks that mean nothing, and Kamala Harris hasn't bit. If you've noticed that, she does not care. So what's the best strategy to make sure that Democrats aren't playing defense?
We just got to make sure that we stay on offense. We stick to the talking points that every American is ready for. So I need to go do this with Stacy Abrams.
Great job, great job. We got Stacy Abrams on the blue carpet at the DNC 2024. Everyone said Mike Lindell was great. Interviewed Charlie Kirk. We can't find him. I think we've looped around this convention center 30 times over the past few days, maybe more, and we have not seen Charlie Kirk once. I've heard that he's on a different level. He got access to a different floor, and he's like, I don't know where he is. The last time I saw a video of him, it was Noah confronting him on the 3rd level, so he might be on the 3rd level, if anything. We've got Stacy Abrams to our left. To our right, we've got Jasmine Crockett. Oh my lord, I love Jasmine Crockett. Let's go. If you guys stay tuned, we have Jasmine Crockett coming up on the blue carpet for MeidasTouch. Mike Lindell just got owned by a child at the Democratic National Convention. That was some wild stuff. Exclusive on MeidasTouch. What did I promise you guys? Before the DNC, I said MeidasTouch would have some of the most unique, explosive, personality-filled coverage of the entire convention, and I think we delivered. MeidasTouch has delivered some of the most unique DNC coverage I think we could ever get. And it's all been live in one coherent live stream. Maybe not coherent because we do battery swaps, so it's not all one feed, but it's all one video. You want to hop on? We're just filling the air. We're waiting for Jasmine Crockett. We are back.
We're back, round 2.
We did this with Noah earlier. We talked to him. We saw him 3 minutes later, talked to him again. Yeah, you like Noah? He's sick, right?
Noah's great. I mean, that's a future president. We're going to be doing all this for Noah in a couple years.
You know he owned Mike Lindell over there a few
minutes
did. Ago. And Mike Lindell was screaming in the face of a 12-year-old.
I mean, that's what Mike Lindell is. I mean, look, he honestly, he's a 10-year-old, so Noah has more, chutzpah than him. I mean,
right now he's looking for a 7-year-old to yell in the face.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Mike Lindell's a loser.
He's an absolute loser, and he's deranged. He is very far from reality. I got a little bit snarky with him. We had a little bit of a snarky interaction, but that's okay. That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, he sucks.
Yeah, he's terrible. So when it comes to the energy on the ground, I feel like I've asked you this already, but are we good? But how do you feel about VP Harris speaking tomorrow? Are you excited? What do you expect?
Oh, I'm excited. I mean, look, Vice President Harris is great. She's a great speaker, and she's going to be somebody that's going to get us all hyped. I think that's what's exciting because, look, with Democrats, you get a 2-for-1 special. Number one, you get to tell Donald Trump his career is over, but number two, you get a positive vision for the future of what we're going to do to transform America. So I know that she's going to be able to present that vision of what we want to do in the future, and I'm excited for it.
Isaiah R. Martin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it every time we talk.
You're the best, Mockler. He's the best.
In an hour, I'll come up to you like, hey, can we chat again, please?
Anytime.
Anytime, homie. We currently have Stacy Abrams to the left, Jasmine Crockett to the right. That should be a song, right? Mike Lindell got destroyed by a 12-year-old after shaving his mustache. Only Mike Lindell. Thank you guys for the donations. I appreciate everything. Make sure you leave a like on the stream. Leave a like, spam some blue hearts. That is all I ask. The Mockler channel. We opened up channel memberships. Okay, Stacy Abrams won't be an option. That's okay. But Jasmine Crockett is still an option. We will talk to Representative Jasmine Crockett. But wow, what a live stream. I feel like the past 2 hours has been crazy. We haven't sat down in a while, so after this Jasmine Crockett interview, I say we go chill out. You want to show what's going on over here? We're just waiting for Representative Crockett to hit the floor. She's having some good conversations right now. We might actually get the Stacy Abrams interview. Sorry, guys. Everything happens on the fly, so we'll see. Mike Lindell is currently trending #1 on Twitter. Stacy Abrams to the left. Jasmine Crockett may be my favorite person on the planet. She's great. Hi, I think talk to Olivia first, and then it'll come to us. Hooked up Olivia because Olivia has to go backstage. Stacy Abrams. Brilliant, brilliant person. Representative Jasmine Crockett. Wearing some really cool shoes. Oh my lord. Mike Lindell is trending not just #1 in politics, #1 in the entire United States. This stream, because of our stream, we have Mike Lindell currently trending. Mark Hamill would be cool. You want to chat with us real fast?
Sure, absolutely.
We are live on MeidasTouch on the blue carpet. Can you introduce yourself to the live stream?
Yes, my name is Defiant. I'm a Harvard student, and I just got here. I'm very excited. My first time on the blue carpet, actually, so this is exciting.
Where do you go to? What state do you go to school in?
I go to school at Harvard in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, cool. And you came to, how do you like Chicago so far?
So far, so good. Chicago's pretty awesome, I must admit.
Have you seen the skyline at night yet?
I have.
It's so sick.
It's awesome.
It's so sick. So I want to ask you, how do you feel about the energy on the ground here at the DNC?
Oh man, the energy is exhilarating. You can tell that people are ready to get involved. They're active, they're engaged. My generation, Gen Z, we're ready, we're here. We're talking to people, we're getting involved, and we're showing that we actually care about our future, our democracy, and what's at stake in this election.
See, I'm Gen Z as well. So something I always ask is, how do we get Gen Z people who are disillusioned with our institutions? In particular, you can answer this better than I ever could. Gen Z Black Americans who may be disillusioned with our institutions, how do we mobilize everybody?
Yes, do not become apathetic to the political process. I understand that sometimes it can be easy to feel deterred by the problems you see around you. We need to be determined to fix them. It can be so easy to feel as if all things are not going to get better, but things can and will get better. My family calls me optimistic to a fault because I know that things can and will get better. And positive change is inevitable. The only way to stop positive change from happening is convince people that it cannot happen. So we know that we can make positive change happen. We're seeing it right now. Do not withhold your vote. Vote. Vote and is what I talk about, the motto of vote in addition to. So continue to vote, get out there, get involved. You see it here, people are ready to get engaged, and we're just so excited.
Thank you so much. Where can people find you?
You can find me at I am Defiant and Defiant Tatum on all platforms.
Great chatting with you. Enjoy the convention.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. We have Stacy Abrams coming on stream in 1 second. Had to tie my shoe. My shoe's been untied for like 20 minutes now. Can't have an untied shoe in front of Stacy Abrams. Mike Lindell debates Noah going viral. So funny. So funny.
White people cannot have a gun and just beat somebody like me up and part of the body. That's how we stand tall for this. How we stand tall against gun violence. That's how we take off for people. That
was amazing. Thank you so much.
Anytime I get to talk about Cheetos. Of course. Thank you. And look, the Cheeto guys almost ruined it for me, but I know, right? I'm taking it back, man.
Firstly,
Good to meet you. Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you so much for your time. Would you like to talk to MeidasTouch really quickly? Awesome. We are currently live on the blue carpet at the 2024 DNC with Stacy Abrams. How are you doing today?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing great. It is so nice to see you here. How is the energy on the ground?
The energy is extraordinary. People know that we can win, but they know we've got to work to make it happen.
And so this is not just about meeting each other, it's about strategizing our victory and the victory of Americans.
And it's about taking this momentum and making sure it translates into votes, into people canvassing, door knocking, getting the vote out. Can I ask you, what is at stake for not only Americans, but women in America or women of color in America if Donald Trump gets back into office?
We know that this is the first generation to lose civil rights since Reconstruction. When the Dobbs decision stripped women of their right to choose, it stripped women of their right to direct their futures. We know that 25 states have banned abortion, 14 states completely, and black women live in, 57% of black women live in those states. So what we know is at stake is our right to control our education, the economy, and the future of our families. And so we've got to make certain we have a woman in the White House who understands that women belong everywhere we want to be.
And can you explain the importance of representation on the national stage like that? For example, I have a friend who grew up gay in a house that wasn't accepting. He didn't know that it was okay to be himself until he watched a Netflix show and understood that, hey, so Republicans always make fun of Netflix shows, but it is very important to have representation like that. Can you explain why?
Identity matters. Who we are depicts what we intend. And the thing is, Republicans believe in identity too. They just don't like the identities that don't benefit them. Diversity is about all people. Equity is about access to opportunity. Inclusion is about having a pathway to the American dream. It matters who we see because it tells us what we can be. And I believe that we need to make sure every person in this country believes that they can be more than their wildest imaginings. And that means being able to see someone who looks like us, who understands us, who believes in us.
And how do you feel about the strategy shift? That was an amazing answer. How do you feel about the strategy shift from President Biden's campaign, where he mainly focused it around democracy, and January 6th, to VP Harris's campaign? Kamala Harris is mainly focusing on forward-looking, positive change. How can we make steps to actually fix the country? I think the pivot has worked. How do you feel?
Well, I think it's an evolution. I would say less a pivot and more of an evolution. Because the reality is President Biden came in to help save our democracy. But what we know through Vice President Harris is that saving our democracy is about having a future, about having freedom, about moving forward. We aren't breaking and moving. We are moving forward together. We're taking what we know because we've got to defend our democracy, but we defend our democracy best by planning for the future and planning for freedom.
Amazing. Can you explain the incentives that VP Harris's new housing plan creates? The 3 million new housing units, which incentivizes people to sell to first-time home buyers, correct?
So we know that one of the critical issues in the housing crisis is lack of housing stock. And so by increasing the amount of stock available, you're increasing the likelihood that a first-time home buyer can actually afford it. By putting money behind it, you're encouraging the ones who own those homes to downsize, to move out, to know that if they are willing to make a transition, they can help more people come into the economy, more people come into housing they can afford, more people who can plan their futures.
This has been Stacy Abrams on the blue carpet. Do you have anything to promote to the Meidas Mighty? Do you have a book, a website? Vote.
I do. Well, I just launched a podcast called Assembly Required with Stacy Abrams with Crooked Media. Get it wherever you get your podcast. And I've got a few books on. If you look up Stacy Abrams, I've got 16 books. So whatever you like, I've written it.
I look up to Crooked Media a lot, and I will be watching your new podcast.
Thank you so much.
It was great chatting with you.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Have a great day.
You too.
We have Jasmine Crockett on the way. It'll just take 1 second. How'd you guys like that? We got to move down a few steps. Cool, cool. That was some good stuff. Let's see how chat's doing. That was great. Are you guys liking these interviews? Are you guys liking these interviews? I feel like we're killing it today. You guys want a little inside scoop? I felt worse today than I felt this entire week. I woke up feeling absolutely terrible, like death, but we still pulled through and have ripped this live stream. We have done a live stream like nobody else has ever done it, despite the ups and downs, despite me feeling terrible this morning. Oh yeah, you guys are loving it. Lisa Alexander, thank you so much for the donation. L, thank you so much for that. Lisa said, wow, amazing work, Adam. You are killing it. Thank you so much. I just want to say, if I don't get to your guys' donations, I don't read them, I totally apologize. It is not intentional. It is not me intentionally skipping over them. I hope you understand that when we're in a live environment, it is really hard to check the phone all the time. Oh yeah, you guys are loving it. But I do appreciate every single donation and every single person watching. We have Jasmine Crockett making her way over in 1 second. The blue carpets keep proving the concept that digital media is superior to other forms of media. We are showing you that by giving an on-the-ground experience of the DNC, MeidasTouch provides more value to you than most other, I won't name names, but MeidasTouch is out here killing it between the Mycelis brothers and Salty and Jeremy doing their thing, between us, me, cameraman Nate, bodyguard Ben. Thank you to Nick for helping us with this gear. Thank you to Livestream IRL for helping us with everything. This has been an amazing, amazing few days, and it's just beginning tonight. Tomorrow we may have an even more explosive live stream. What if we can get Charlie Kirk and Mike Lindell on at the same time? That would be absolutely wild. Jasmine is a rising star. Stacy Abrams' aide said that we had the best setup on the entire carpet, which is awesome. Was he saying that we needed a cut though? He was giving me the look that it was the cut look, which is fine. But either way, we got an amazing interview. It was a really good interview. She's so good. Yeah. I should have given her my card. You gave her my card? Cameraman Nate coming in clutch. Drop some blue hearts in chat for Cameraman Nate. Let's go. Doing the networking behind the scenes. Let's go. 5K live. MeidasTouch Network killing it.
Your guys' time slot is up, so I do need to get new creators on the carpet.
We can't get Jasmine Crockett from MeidasTouch?
Jasmine Crockett just left for
Okay.
on NPR.
Okay, all good.
When you said on stage yesterday,
You know, it's kind of... Excuse me, sir.
Hey, can we take a selfie?
Absolutely.
I love your stuff. I'm from the Junior Veterans Council at the AFL-CIO. I follow you and send you a message once in a while.
Thank you. We're live right now. Would you like to talk on stream?
I'd love to right
Absolutely.
now.
So can you restate your role for me?
Yeah, my name is Will Attig. I'm the Executive Director of the Union Veterans Council at the AFL-CIO. I'm also a co-founder of the U.S.-Ukraine Veterans Bridge. So what we do at the AFL-CIO Union Veterans Council is we represent and support the over 1 million working veterans that are union members, right? One of them, union veteran member, rank and file, is Tim Walz, Man Sergeant Major Tim Walz, who served honorably for our country. And we're just proud as hell that he's going to be the next Vice President of America for a lot of reasons, just simply because the decency that he brings to the office compared to what Donald Trump's doing this week alone, what J.D. Vance is doing this week. We were in Western Pennsylvania when J.D. Vance brought 5 members of Congress, all veterans that voted against the PACT Act. He could only get 40 people to show up to an American Legion in the middle of the most hot battleground. I went up there with Connor Lamb and our local union veteran, and we had a counter press release, and we wanted to talk about J.D. Vance's, not his service, not what he was doing to Tim Walz, but what his record is of what he's done since he left the military.
How did the veterans you work with feel about J.D. Vance launching these constant attacks?
Well, I think it got a little bit of traction really quick, but as the weeks went on, the rebuttals have gone on, the reality that the American people and the veterans community are seeing how stupid these attacks are and how little and minuscule that they are grasping for straws because they're losing the veterans' vote. Now that it's been a week later, we're seeing veterans really see what this is. This is an attack against Tim Walz's service by another service member and by a president who thinks Medal of Honor winners are the same quality as, a mega donor, which, as someone who personally knows someone from 126th Infantry from Indiana, a young 19-year-old kid in 2006 who died and has a Medal of Honor when I was in Iraq, from our barracks. I won't say his name because we shouldn't use his name. We shouldn't use his name in politics. But when Donald Trump opened his mouth and said that disrespected every Medal of Honor winner, that's a non-starter, and he should drop out of the race.
Absolutely. In any reality, it would have. Remember when Howard Dean let out like a weird scream and that ended his race? Donald Trump is over here speed running us into a dictatorship, and it's a tight race somehow. Where can people find you? What are you promoting?
So Union Veterans Council at the AFL-CIO, unionveterans.org. We're on Twitter, social media. If you're a veteran, this is a message. If you're listening, we're patriotic people, right? They want to wrap themselves in the flag but they don't want to stand next to us, right? They want to cut wages for veterans. They want to cut health care for veterans. And if you are a veteran, a progressive veteran, find a way to use your voice. We're not going to knock every door in the world. Use your voice to tell your story of why you're going to vote for democracy this election. And that's important now.
Democracy over dictatorship. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. It's great being on the show.
That was great. Yeah. Let's go find Harry Sisson and have him guest host for a few minutes. Let's go lounge. We're heading back to the Crater Lounge. I desperately need some water, y'all. I need like a 5-minute break off camera too, so we're going to find Harry Sisson, who's going to fill in and guest host for us for a few minutes, which should be great, which would be very much appreciated. They kicked us off the blue carpet before we could talk to Jasmine times. I'm happy to make space. We've gotten more than enough content today. We've gotten more than enough. Keep filming over there. Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. What a cute dog. Headed back to the Creators Lounge. No, it was not Jasmine's fault. Never, ever, ever would it ever be the fault of the actual surrogate or politician. It is never any of their fault. Never get mad. Guys, what you need to understand is that in a live environment like this, when there are so many different moving pieces, it is never, there's going to be weird moments. There's going to be times when things don't work out perfectly. Jasmine Crockett had a scheduled interview with Fox News, and we would have cut into that, so I totally understand why they left. Let's head back to the lounge and see what's up. Thanks for watching. People love Meidas here. A lot of people love Meidas. Either somebody sees Meidas and they freak out, or I say Meidas and they say, who's that? 80% of the time, people freak the hell out when we name drop MeidasTouch. And that's because of you guys. That's because of the community that you guys have helped us build over the past few years. Or in my case, past few months.
Digital producer, media, do you have this? Yeah, content creator.
Every time I come in here, I feel like they're going to question my status, right? Let me grab some water. Do you guys have water still? Yeah, ice water, please. You want some, cameraman Nick? Can I get another glass for... Thank you.
Do you have any diet?
I appreciate that. All right. Do you want to sit here? I just want to sit for a minute.
Whoever laptop is this your laptop?
Can I sit?
Someone could easily drop all of this. I've been like trying to protect it. Please use your laptop. Put it over there on your side. These things are not. Right there on the left. I'm in medical school for me.
Wow. Yeah, Noah should. How you doing? We're live right now, by the way. Hey. How you doing today? You enjoying the DNC? What's your name? You're a creator?
I am a creator. You know what's crazy?
What's up?
Let me show you. Let me ask you if you've seen this video. Which have. That's me.
Oh, that's you in the background?
No. Me.
Yeah.
You can see a better view.
That's great. That's great.
What's your platform?
MeidasTouch Network. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
MeidasTouch. We're a new digital media platform. YouTube and Twitter. Yep. Yep. Tonight we have Cory Booker. Tonight we have Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the Honorable Keith Ellison, the Honorable Jared Polis, the Honorable Chris Murphy, the Honorable Pete Aguilar. What a wild...
Okay, sweet.
What are we talking about?
Let's talk about education opportunity.
Hold on. We're going live.
Okay.
Go for it.
Let's talk about education opportunity for a little bit. This is Micah Fon.
And Olivia Giuliana.
We're back again here. The idea that Democrats only support college. That is absolutely not true. Democrats that is
That's what I have to say about that. No, I'm just kidding. The thing about the issues. And of these things.
That's right. Democrats believe we need pass to the middle class, and we're convinced that we should expand opportunity to enter into all those paths. Now, another thing I want us to talk about. And he lost by just one vote. The vote gain. It was an unexpected vote. So close to in doing it. Now let's talk for a second.
We might have to move. If you can't because you have to speak, that's fine. But are you cool with guest hosting for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they even catch that? That's okay.
Some of it was caught, but it started lagging.
So I can repeat it.
That would be great.
Yeah, because this is actually clippable.
Very clippable. You can use it on whatever.
Yeah.
I just haven't really got it.
No, yeah. I'll Trump's entire legislative record as much as you need me, man.
Are we able to sit right here for 1 second? Nate. Sorry. What's up? Let's go. I guess we could just chill here for a minute. I'm just going to be... I don't mean to be looped out, but I just need to check my phone.
No, that's fine.
Let's go.
All right, is it on?
Yeah, let's go.
Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So what I was talking about earlier is let's talk for a second about Donald Trump's record on health care. He promised over the course of his term to make health care more affordable, to repeal and replace Obamacare with something that was much better. Let's talk about his actual plan to do that. Whenever he was president, he got just one vote away from repealing Obamacare. The Senate, Senator John McCain is the only reason why he was not able to repeal it. Or to lower taxes on the rich. It would have cut Medicaid, which is a health insurance program for low-income people, and that would have led to millions and millions of people losing their insurance. It would have also, if it was fully put in, that young people would not be able to stay on their parents' insurance anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I am 20 years old and I'm currently on my parents' insurance, and that is only because of Obamacare. That is a provision that the law included.
Somebody asked, who is this handsome young man? Please give...
I'll introduce myself. My name is Micah Fon. I am on the executive committee of the Texas Democratic Party. You can find more details about me at micahirfan.com. That's MICAHERFAN.com. Now, another thing we could talk about, and you can join me whenever you want, Adam, is Trump's environmental record. I worked for a period of time in the Texas State Senate. And we have a really big issue in the city of Houston with cancer clusters. That's communities that have very high rates of cancer. Channelview has a rate of cancer 4 times higher than the national rate and twice the rate in the city of Houston. And it's because of certain chemical plants that put pollutants in the atmosphere that are toxic and that cause severe health issues for the communities surrounding them. Now, it is the job of the EPA to regulate those toxic pollutants and make sure those refineries and those chemical factories do not engage in practices that harm the surrounding communities. But while Donald Trump was president, he put in place a leader of the EPA which didn't believe in environmental protection. This is a person from the chemical industry, that was subservient to corporate interests, and so they let that community down. People in the city of Houston wouldn't even try to reach out to the EPA because they knew there would be no help. They also wouldn't try to reach out to our state-level version of the EPA that is run by Republicans because they refuse to ever take action to protect Texans from pollution. And that's why our Texas State Air Quality Agency has allowed people in Channelview to get exposed to this chemical for 20 years while knowing this issue was present. That's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. It's not just on health care, it's not just on abortion, it's not just on education, it's the very simple questions about whether the government will do its job to keep people safe. Under Republicans, they don't do their job. They are captured by special interest groups and corporate lobbies, and they refuse to take the most simplest actions to protect communities. Meanwhile, under the Biden-Harris administration, they have held these entities accountable. And in blue states across the country, air quality is better than under red states because they actually fulfill their role.
Somebody said, Adam, stop manspreading, but then the next person said, Adam, keep manspreading, so I don't know which one to do. But this is, I'm not going to, I'm just joking.
Are you mic'd up?
Yeah, I'm mic'd up. So this is Micah Fon. One more time, Micah Fon. You can be found on social media at Micah_Fon.
Yep, on all platforms.
All platforms. Make sure you check him out. He's spinning right now. He is absolutely cooking, as the young kids say. We're young kids. So we've talked a lot about, what do we talk about at the Tour to Save Democracy? You and I did a live interview at the Tour to Save Democracy, and that was fun. We talked about Project 2025. We talked about housing. We talked about what's at stake for Gen Z in this upcoming election. What do you think is at stake?
I think our democracy. Mm-hmm. And that's really the most fundamental thing. America has this form of government It's called a constitutional republic or a liberal democracy. We were a pioneer of that when this country was founded. And it's based on two really simple ideas. First, a form of government which is subservient to the people, accountable leaders, but also limited government, a constitution which constrains the government's powers and divides it amongst branches and levels of government to protect us from dictators and tyrants. And that is the most beautiful idea. It's allowed our society to stay free, and whenever people are free, society prospers. And we've seen the fruits of that for generations. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, they're explicitly anti this system. They are explicitly authoritarians. They might not call themselves that, but that is their agenda. They attack our institutions. They attack the separation of powers. They attack the independent judiciary. They don't believe in democratic accountability unless it's for their opponents. Whenever an election doesn't go their way, that election, they say, is fraudulent. That is an existential threat. Policies can be changed. If you disagree with Kamala Harris's policies, that can always be changed and fixed later. But if you damage our institutions, if you take away our democracy, if you take away our limited government, that is very hard to change.
Do we have any Houstonians in chat? I just saw someone saying, I'm from Houston and he makes me proud. There's some Houstonians in chat. Let's build up that network right here. Anybody in chat from, people think I'm hitting on you because my arm is on the table back here. That's not Shady Vance. Is everything good? Oh, the stream's
still going?
Yeah, we're fine.
If you're in the city of Houston or in Harris County, you should join the Harris County Democratic Party. Go to the website and sign up for the email list. We need you right now. Harris County is a blue county, but we still lose races sometimes because people don't show up. It's not because we don't have a majority. It's because people get complacent, and we can't afford to be complacent. If all Democrats turn out in this election, we can get Colin Allred elected in the state of Texas. But that's going to require us knocking on doors. That's going to require us making phone calls. That simple stuff which wins races around this country.
Absolutely ripping it. That was Micah Fon. There's what's up, Keith? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, I think we could probably start walking around. You want to walk and talk for a bit?
Oh, sure, that's fine.
Let's do it. I just needed a quick brain break. I feel like I was yapping. We went straight from yelling at Mike Lindell to talking to Noah to talking to Raskin to Stacy Abrams to Isaiah Martin. We just didn't stop. So let's rip it.
I don't know how you do it for so long.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel terrible today too. So whatever. I started off the stream jokingly like, this is the best I've felt all convention, and my head was like spinning while I was saying that. Let's see. We have seems like there's something going on over here. Some congressmen. So how's your experience at the convention been?
Al Green. Oh, check that out. The experience has been fantastic. It's surprising how many Republicans have made it in here.
Oh, yeah. I feel like Mike Lindell didn't even have to shave his mustache. He just did that for fun.
He was being owned by like 11 or
Literally, we recorded that. Yeah, that was Noah. Noah was absolutely shredding it. We have News One over here. So, I don't know. I'm still having my head around the fact that all of the people that are friends are same city, my city, basically like the Super Bowl for nerds. It feels you feel about the DNC? Right? Mike is too.
It's, you know, I walk around and I see mayors. I'm from California, so of course I had to use a. So I'm sure.
Brilliant. Maybe the coolest group of possible, right? Or we could just go get seats and just like sit down and chill and film the stadium, the floor. I bet if we go get seats, we'd have
Yeah. Well, we might drop anyway, so.
We have 2K.
We try to go first and then set up and then we'll go live.
We just went We went from 5.5K people watching to 2.3.
You lost 2,000.
Yeah.
Alright, we're on your Jeff. Should be pushing live. You're live.
Oh, we're back. Let's go. Live at the Democratic National Convention. We're back for the 5th time. I can't believe we missed Jasmine Crockett. Let's see if we can find her. Representative Jasmine Crockett, my favorite.
See you tonight. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right.
What a wild feed so far. Excuse me. Should we go grab seats? Or we can go get food at the Creator Lounge.
Yeah, let's see about the other Creator Lounge.
We're here, everybody. Thanks, Richie. You saw Stephen Miller's brother. Lisa Alexander, thank you so much. Yeah, bandwidth issues, working overtime today. I was wondering where the hell you guys went. Up one more? Yep. Tim Walls taking the stage soon, baby. That's gonna be awesome. Great reception. I have not given you the step counts for today. Should we pop up real quick? The feed might die, but...
Workers' rights, LGBTQ rights, reproductive rights. To make this one nation under God a little more indivisible. Now you won't know this, Trump portrays these ideals. He viciously attacks Democrats and Republicans. His put-downs know no shame. John McCain's military service, making Haley's heritage. Women, people with disabilities, trans people, our veterans, he is indiscriminate in his put-downs. His is the politics of smear and fear, not inspiration and elevation. Donald Trump speaks more of American carnage than American compassion. But in America, you can't lead the people if you don't love the people. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, they bring the joy.
I'm getting no reception here.
Think about it. They're descendants of immigrants, shopkeepers, slaves, educators, people who faced pain with perseverance, people who met hate with love. They are the living dreams of their ancestors. Well, look in this arena. Look around you right now. We are all our ancestors' wildest dreams. Generations who faced impossible odds and then responded to every one of their challenges with that classic American creed. Yes, we can. So there are doubters out there. There are people that doubt our collective strength. They want to tell us how bad we are. They want to say that they alone can save us. Well, we know that the power of the people is greater than the people in power. And we're not going to lose our faith. Look, I want everybody in here to let us all say it together. I believe in America. Let me hear you. I believe in America. I believe in America because our elders told us that no matter what the obstacle, like the gospel says, we shall overcome. I believe in America because our soldiers died on beaches, on battlefields, to die at sea and in the air, so that we could be free today and say together, I believe in America. I believe in America because our fighters fought in Stonewall. Our marchers marched in Selma. Delegates met at Seneca Falls. Every single one of them believed in America, even when America didn't believe in them. Say it with me now.
She just texted you. Whatever her name is.
Because King dared to dream the impossible dream. Because Neil Armstrong went to impossible heights. And because when we elect Kamala Harris, there is not a boy or girl in America from any creed, color, or heritage that will ever think being President of the United States is impossible again. Say it with me. I believe in America, the land of hope and heroism. I believe in America, the land of courage and compassion. I believe in America, where we share common ground and common cause and one common destiny. And let me tell you, if you believe in America, if you love in America, then you will work for America. And when we work together, when we stand together, when we organize together, when we vote together, I will tell you this, when we fight, we win. Ladies and gentlemen, Veronica Escobar.
Buenas noches. My family would shop, have dinner, go to the doctor, pick up medicines. The border is my beloved home, the place where my children grew up. Forget what you hear on the news. I'm from there. When it comes to the border, hear me when I say, you know nothing, Donald Trump. He and his Republican imitators see the border and immigration as a political opportunity to exploit instead of an issue to address. Congress hasn't passed.
I can chill there if you want to go eat or whatever.
In nearly 4 decades. The 3 times they tried.
If you can come back in 20 minutes and switch me.
Blocked legislation that would have funded border security and
you go for it. You've been working.
Immigration system.
I got you.
They are not serious people. You know who is serious?
Can I squeeze through it? I'm so sorry.
I met the vice president when she visited El Paso. I saw firsthand how she engaged with law enforcement, migrants, and human rights
Just remember the number of door you came out.
She was curious. She asked questions. She listened. And she didn't care if the cameras were on. Most of all, she recognized that the situation at the border is complicated, as filled with opportunities as it is with challenges. All Republicans have to offer is demonization and bluster. Democrats have solutions. With Kamala Harris as president, we can live up to the promise of America. We can strengthen legal pathways to immigration. We can secure our borders, and we can treat with dignity those who seek a better future within them.
I have a question for you. Who really wants a solution at our border?
Our administration worked on the most significant border security bill in decades. Some of the most conservative Republicans in Washington, D.C. supported the bill. Even the Border Patrol endorsed it.
And that bill included thousands of new border agents and personnel, new technology that can detect and stop fentanyl, more judges, and faster asylum processing. For the first time in decades, a chance at a real bipartisan solution.
But at the last minute, Trump directed his allies in the Senate to vote it down.
They're blaming it on me. I said, that's okay, please blame it on me. Please.
He tanked the bipartisan deal because he thought it would help him win an election. Which goes to show Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself. I was the Attorney General of a border state. In that job, I walked underground tunnels between the United States and Mexico on that border with law enforcement officers. I went after transnational gangs, drug cartels, and human traffickers that came into our country illegally. I prosecuted them in case after case, and I won. So here is my pledge to you. As president, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law and show Donald Trump what real leadership looks like.
Please welcome Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy.
So, I just want to let you know, that everything that you just saw in that video, that's exactly what happened. I know because I was the Democratic senator who negotiated that bill to secure the border with President Biden and Vice President Harris. I want to tell you this as well. Donald Trump's allies weren't just in the room. They helped us write the whole bill. It was a bipartisan bill. It was a tough $20 billion in new border security. Gave the president the emergency power to shut down the border, made compassionate and serious reforms to our asylum system. One Republican said it would have had almost unanimous support if it weren't for Donald Trump. Trump killed that bill, and he did it because he knew that if we fixed the border, he'd lose his ability to divide us. His ability to fan the flames of fear about people who come from different places. Right, you guys know this, right? Hate, division, that's Trump's oxygen. Right? People like Trump and J.D. Vance, they need it to survive in politics. People are saying that they're weird, that they're creepy, and they are weird, they are creepy. But even worse, they're weak. Kamala Harris is not weak. For 20 years, Kamala Harris has been tough as nails when it comes to securing our border. When she was a California prosecutor, she went after drug smugglers, human traffickers. She put 100 gang members away in a single sweep. Trump says that a safe nation can't be an immigrant nation.
It's out of focus and needs to calibrate.
Kamala Harris knows this.
Put your hand on it. It's like...
She knows this too. Grave, the Statue of Liberty is a poem. The last line reads, I lift my lamp beside the old generations.
It's like pulsing.
That land is all people to start a brave new life in America. My ancestors, your ancestors, and the parents of the next president of the United States of America.
Go for it.
Kamala Harris knows that we can be a nation of proud immigrants and a nation of strong immigration laws.
It's better.
That's why when she's president,
have you learned some stuff? Have you gained some experience from this? So we wrote.
Kamala Harris is going to pass.
It's intense. Were you there for the Lindell?
How do I know this? Because in this race, there is only one candidate.
What's up?
Who's ever been willing
fun. We did it before a few months back, now it's part 2.
Work of making our country better, of recognizing that we do not have to choose between celebrating our heritage and enforcing our laws. Right? The beautiful thing about America is that we can be both. We can be a nation of immigrants who love their country and a nation with a secure border. And there is only one candidate. There is only one candidate who delivered that vision of America, and it's Kamala Harris. Thank you very much, Democrats.
What's up?
You got this one?
Please welcome Bear County Sheriff.
I'm good for like 5 more minutes. Nate's gonna come swap. He's eating. Then I'm gonna go eat. And then that way, we still have the stream going.
We're gonna continue after.
Probably cut.
The traffickers. They pack migrants into 18-wheelers like that. 50, 100 at a time. Then they seal the doors. That's when the 911 calls come. We hear them. Desperate, terrified, gasping for air. Now sometimes we get there in time. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, we can't. When Donald Trump comes down to Texas, stands next to officers in uniforms just like mine, he's not there to help us. Don't think that, not for a second. He is a self-serving man. look, just like when he killed the border bill, he just made our jobs harder. Now, Kamala, on the other hand, has been fighting border crime for years. She's gone down to Mexico and worked to stop the traffickers. And when the traffickers didn't stop, she put them in jail. Now, down in my neck of the woods, we call that fooling around and finding out. I may be paraphrasing a bit. We protect the border sheriffs that I know, right? And we're like Congress. We protect and serve. We enforce the law. We show compassion. And we fight like hell to protect our borders. Because that's what we've always known in Texas. Cuando luchamos, ganamos. When we fight, we win!
Please welcome California Representative Pete Aguilar.
Chair of the Democratic Caucus. For 4 generations, my family has called California home. I grew up in San Bernardino, a working class community defined by family, faith, and hard work. These values, shared by Latino families across this country, are what made my family's American dream possible. And only Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will protect the American dream so that every family can earn a living, own a home, and reach their full potential. This is a vision for America that Donald Trump will never understand. All he knows is chaos and division. He talks about tearing American families apart, pitting neighbor against neighbor, community against community. Compare that to what Kamala Harris has done as vice president. Almost 500,000 people who live here and are married to a U.S. citizen can now apply for lawful permanent residence. DACA recipients who graduated college have easier access to work visas. And we would have much more security at the border if Donald Trump hadn't tanked the bipartisan bill. Folks, we don't have to choose between a secure border and building an America for all. Under President Harris, we can and will do both. As a prosecutor, she took on transnational gangs and cartels. As president, she will fight for pathways to citizenship. And I can tell you, as the highest-ranking Latino in Congress, our community understands the stakes in this election. Because we believe in the promise of this country. We believe our nation is stronger when we keep families together. We believe our union is more perfect when dreamers become doctors, teachers, construction workers, and military service members. Latinos believe in that American dream and a brighter future. One where we secure our border, fix our broken immigration system, and unlock economic opportunity for all. And together, we will win. Thank you.
Senate, and I am a DACA recipient.
Thanks to DACA, I've been able to open up my own business and represent clients as a lawyer.
So many of my dreams came a little bit closer.
It is disheartening to know that the court system may end DACA next year, and to also hear Donald Trump calling for a mass
Vice President Harris, who is continuing to fight for DACA recipients.
She was the one who stood with us, who sat with us, who heard our stories.
We need a future President Harris to ensure that dreamers like me can continue to work and provide for ourselves, our communities, and our families.
Please welcome United States Marine Corps veteran, Carlos Eduardo Espina.
Buenas noches, mi gente. My name is Carlos Eduardo Espina, and if 2 decades ago, when my parents immigrated to College Station, Texas, you told them that one day their son would reach 14 million followers on social media, graduate law school, and speak at the Democratic National Convention, they might not believe you. But this is the United States of America, the land of opportunities where anything is possible. I know this because daily I interact with people who, like my parents, came to America to fulfill the dreams and ambitions that in their home countries were impossible. People who work hard, contribute to society, pay taxes because yes, immigrants pay taxes, and love this country deeply. The same people Donald Trump wants you to believe are poisoning the blood of our country. This is dangerous, and it is outright anti-American. Because as Ronald Reagan, a Republican, once said, we lead the world because unique among nations, we draw our people, our strength from every country and every corner of the world. Reagan knew that welcoming immigrants is not a Democratic or a Republican value, it is an American value. To be pro-immigrant is to be pro-America. Understands this too. And that's why, once elected, she will reject hate and find solutions that make our nation stronger. So let's get her elected. And ensure that our country remains a beacon of freedom and opportunity for all. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the great state of Texas.
Please welcome former Homeland Security and Counterterrorism Advisor to Vice President Pence, Olivia Troy.
4 years ago, I resigned from the Trump administration. As a Republican who dreamed of working in the White House, it was a hard decision. But as an American, it was the right one. I saw how Donald Trump undermined our intelligence community, our military leaders, and ultimately our democratic process. Now, he's doing it again, lying and laying the groundwork to undermine this election and to demo, to sow doubt and division. That's what Trump wants, because it's the only way he wins. And that's what our foreign adversaries want, because it's the only way they win. As a national security expert, y como Latina, y hija de una inmigrante mexicana que realizó el sueño americano. Being inside Trump's White House was terrifying. But what keeps me up at night is what will happen if he gets back there.
Sorry.
The guardrails are gone. The new adults in the room the first time resigned or were fired.
Watch your step right
Don't worry, Cynthia.
I grew up in the kind of working family that Trump pretends to care about. Conservative, Catholic, Texan,